welcome to another episode of the Pro Crastinators podcast. I am the best guy ever, and today we've got a full box of chocolates, including Hippocrit.
Hello, I am a parrot with a cowboy hat. That's what I am.
Thank y'all for coming. Ben Saint is here.
Hello, I also am a parrot with a cowboy hat.
Thank y'all for coming. Munch
you're
is here.
welcome.
They finally did. The government wranglers that have made me, the government scientists have put a shock collar on me, and if I raise my voice above 1 decimal, they will shock me and kill me. So get ready for Quiet Munchie this episode.
Thank y'all for coming. And Mage is here as well.
But are you a parrot with a cowboy hat, Munchie?
Yes.
Good.
Thank all y'all for coming
I cannot
today.
believe you guys. Oh my god.
Yeah, there it is. We stole this hilarious joke from Mage. We got things to say. Let's just jump into it. Who wants to start off? We got no business
right.
to attend to.
I want to start with a light topic: disabled people. I want to go jumping right in the deep end.
Okay.
Disabled people. I'm talking about like Down syndrome. I'm talking about like heavily autistic, and like physical, like they can't move their legs, they can't move their head, they can't move their eyeballs,
Can't move their brains.
Can't move their brains, can't move those cogs in those gears. And that's what I have as a topic because I guess 2 weeks ago now I was at the camp which I briefly mentioned, and the camp was Agoonoree, which you can look up.
It was a goonery, like a place where goons
No.
That's
That's what it sounds like.
That's
what it
English
sounds
for
like.
concentration camp.
Yes. It is spelled with an A at the beginning, which is why it sounds like Agoonoree, but it's just one word. Agoonoree. You can look it up. It's a thing. They do it in Australia. They do it in Indonesia. It's a scout camp. It is a scout camp for disabled people, usually like children and young adults.
Is it Agoonoree?
Yes.
Just Google it. I think that's right.
Yeah, I found it. Found it on Wikipedia.
And we do one in the London area, and I was at it. And the idea is that I am a volunteer at that camp, and I help people in the patrol who are disabled get along and have fun because it's a thing. It's basically a respite for the parents of the people who like a whole week camp where they get to have fun and do like activities and stuff. But obviously they're disabled. They need a lot of volunteer help to come and wrangle them and tell them what to
wrangle them. Can I read the bizarre history of the name?
Yeah.
On Wikipedia, in 1949, Netherlands Scouts organized an international camp at Lunteren for scouts with disabilities called Agoon, after the Greek language word agon, or agoon, meaning a gathering or competition. And then the success of those events prompted the establishment of the Agoonoree, which is a compound of Agoon plus Jamboree. So,
yes.
It's weird.
It's got all those things.
Yeah.
But that is
which
what
a jamboree is already a gathering. So
yeah,
it's like a gathering.
Classically educated. Like soccer.
But I'm sure that jamboree doesn't have a Greek root, so they're mixing their roots, which is etymologically frowned upon.
Jamboree, I imagine like with the little, how do you call those little string instruments? The like
banjo.
Yes, it has to have a banjo, and otherwise it's not a jamboree.
I mean, there was a campfire song thing where we sang old Scouty campfire songs, and I was there playing the guitar because I can do that.
Cool.
But
the point is not scouting, because I don't really know anything about scouting. My experience of scouting is exclusively this, and we don't really do all the rigid badge things. We have like a scarf and
all
a logo.
the weird Hitler Youth inspired
I got
rituals.
my Hitler Youth badge.
We got a scout scarf and a woggle and a logo and a style and a flag, and we have like inspections of the tents.
What's a woggle?
It's the little plastic or leather thing you put around your scout scarf to keep it in place.
I thought a woggle was
like
what roosters have, right?
No, this is a woggle.
Woggle, I think.
Oh,
Woggle.
okay. Woggle.
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 But, I mean, I'm sure that jamboree doesn't have a Greek root, so they're mixing their roots, which is etymologically frowned upon.
Anyway,
I was pretty into the ceremony aspect, like the honors and the badges and all this and all the Nazi shit. I was way into that. Was what I was in it for.
Yeah,
The occultist enterprising, all the occult shit, all the killing lambs in the forest,
the summoning of spirits,
we
entities.
We don't do much of all that like ceremony stuff because it's hard to like keep some of their attention because they're like you gotta dangle things in front of their face. But that's the topic: disabilities, not scouting. What do y'all think about disabilities?
Well, I like them. I'm in favor of them.
As many as possible, please.
I'm making more every single day of my life. I'm going out with my bat, and I'm making as many disabled as I can.
I know I've talked about this before. Ben and I, our mom was actually, she just retired.
That's right,
permanently. So she's all done.
Less than a month ago.
Congrats, Mom. Yeah, congrats to her. So she was a special education teacher for like 20, 30 years or something. That's what she studied in college and all that stuff. And like the way she described it was like, these are just kids, because she worked with middle schoolers mostly and a little bit of like high schoolers and some elementary school stuff, but mostly like middle school age. She'd be like, yeah, these are kids, they need a little extra help. They're trying to just, get by day to day. They're just like anybody else, with their wants and needs. They just, need extra help to get stuff done. And so she just tried to describe it in very normalizing terms. This was never effective on me, and every time she told me about her students, I was engulfed with a massive crippling depression. At just the injustice of people
world.
Who are born with disabilities of any kind. And this is a problem with me that I have known for a long time. I need to get over that and be like my mom and just accept the fact that some people are differently able.
Mom was never judgmental about it, obviously, and but like it's so hard. I don't know. It was so hard to hear her talk about her kids. Yeah, her school kids, and like these are kids who they got no chance. They got no fucking chance, right?
See, that's the problem, right? It's because my whole worldview is so based on like productivity and what you'll be able to achieve with your life, and like needless to say, these people are quite limited in much of what they're going to be able to do through no fault of their own. And so I'm left with no recourse but to conclude that these are subhumans who need to be purged. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Well,
it's not.
I mean,
exaggeration.
my angle on this is that I went to that camp, and sometimes I don't like it, but the part that I do like, in the end, is like the being helpful and the helping them and being like a person that they enjoy being around because I'm good at keeping them entertained and being a good boy for them. And for some of them,
earning those good boy points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes racking them up.
Sometimes it's a bit more
thanks, Lord. Love that
hands-on. Sometimes it's a bit more hands-on than
like
some
changing
others.
Diapers, hands-on, that sort of thing.
Wait, really?
Christ!
In my patrol this year, there was only one who needed like a toilet assistance.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And usually have to go with two people for health and safety reasons. So I never actually did the wiping, thank fuck for that. But I did have to put on the rubber gloves and to like help him get showered a couple times. There's all that stuff. But
I'm just curious. What was the nature of his disability in this capacity?
He was I don't really know the names of the disabilities, but he could, he was engaged by a lot of things. He could walk if he wanted to, but he had like weak legs. And he enjoyed coloring. He's sort of mentally disabled in that he can't really talk, and he learned he made up sign language. This is one of those guys who you can't really teach him things, and he just sort of knows what he likes, and he gets excited when he's excited. But he won't be able to really tell you, except for a few basic things like toilet or food, like I'm hungry, or juice, please. Like he'll point to things if he wants them.
I feel it right now. I feel the sadness welling up inside me. I can feel it.
Yeah, but like it's like I feel good being helpful, and I don't know whether that's a good thing. Because obviously,
why would that be a bad thing?
I mean,
there is a reason.
It's
Explain.
It's I'm gaining like happy points from the misfortune of others in not like I'm like
No, like
ruining
you're
them.
happy because you can be of use, of help, and you make the life of him
Yeah,
easier.
but here's the thing. I only do that once a year for 1 week, and then they go back to their parents, and their parents have to deal with them for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Like, these
right.
parents...
You're being like a helper tourist
Yeah,
here.
like
You're being
I'm just sort of like dipping my toe in and being like, yeah, it feels great to help people, but if I had to look after like
leaves immediately
like,
afterwards.
yeah, like if I had to look after a person like properly, like if I had a son and he had a disability, I wouldn't be able to like bring him out behind the shed and get rid of him. I would have to keep him alive because I'm human. I can't do that. I can't murder people. Oh, jeez. So I'm gonna have to deal with it for the rest of my life, and I don't know whether I'd actually be able to do that.
Well, think about it like this.
It's a moral quandary.
You give those parents a break. That
it is. I mean, I know that it is a good thing, but like morally, like I think of myself as like, yes, I like disabled people, or like I like helping them, and I like the feeling of doing the volunteer work, but like,
do you feel
such a small amount?
Do you feel overly privileged to not have to do it all the time, like these parents do? Like you don't,
yeah, like an actual care worker.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Like
I mean, it's not as though you are happy every moment of the day thinking about how you have helped these kids once during the year. I assume that you feel the happiest when you are actively doing it. I feel like what's the harm in that? If you're actually doing something presently, then you should feel good about it. If you're just sitting
I think
back
like
on
if you think about it like biologically, I think it's more like you have accomplished a task and now you're getting rewarded by your body by getting like the happy hormones or whatever being sent to your head.
Taking care of others in your clan or group.
I didn't really mean to say like my enjoyment is a bad thing. It just like every so often I feel like I am not like thinking of it correctly.
That's
I
normal,
understand
but
that.
I understand, yeah, as well. That's normal.
Famously, Christopher Hitchens was a big critic of Mother Teresa specifically. Yeah. And the reason for this was because he believed that Mother Teresa was actually a bad person who like loved going down and like dwelling in the shit. And that she actually went out of her way to, like, kind of create more suffering in the world so that she would be able to, like, go there and feel like a saint who was, like, fixing it or whatever.
I've read quotes from her that suggest that she thinks that human suffering is a good thing.
That's fucked up.
In the grand scheme of things. Which is
I'm not. I don't actually. I have not looked into this in any great extent, but like that's the sentiment behind it, which is interesting.
But Hippo's not he's not going around like me with his baseball bat full of nails, cracking these people's skulls down. He's just
on the subject of quotes,
it's a different kind of
on the subject
sin.
of quotes. I want to say I learned not too long ago from a channel called Knowing Better, and this
I know that guy. I subscribe to that guy.
I subscribed to him too just recently. And
oh my god, on YouTube.com? Wow, I've been there.
And I had heard the quote from Winston Churchill saying something about using gas weapons on native tribes, and saying that he was in favor of it because it would spread a lively terror. And this is supposed to paint him as a terrible person.
Well, that's war for you.
But the full quote, he's saying we should use them on native peoples because they would spread a lively terror, which would have psychological effects, which would make physically harming them less necessary, and would probably prevent more of them from dying. Is what that quote is actually saying.
Well, that's just the fucked up thing about how you can manipulate quotes.
People misquote that to paint him like he loved hurting native people. It's like the exact opposite was the point of what
people hear what they want to hear with that stuff.
I guess I was inspired by the wrong thing. I was inspired by the wrong part of that quote. I thought I should kill native people.
Oops.
No. He just wanted you to gas them and make them afraid.
Well, this one is already half dead, so I'll just finish him off right now.
It's
I'll do better next time.
Yeah.
A little gassing goes a long way, as the saying goes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't fully understand.
Frankly, Hitler would have been the good guy if he just gassed a couple of Jews. Like we would have been like, I mean, this makes sense.
Just spread a lively terror. He wouldn't have had to do the rest.
I don't fully understand where the sadness comes from, Hippo. It's not if it's not from you enjoying it. Are you feel guilty that you are not doing more and you are getting any pleasure from it whatsoever?
In a way, I am, because like I used to be like a bit like high and mighty. Like I remember Nate saying like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, disabilities make me feel sad. And I was like,
That's true.
that doesn't make me feel sad because I help them and I know more about it than you. And I was like, I wasn't lording it over him, but it was that sort of like,
I live in ignorance. It's true.
we had like a whole PCP topic
And I live in
about-
sin.
of-
Yeah, we did. We did.
what do you call it? Something.
Was it crying? Was it crying?
No.
No?
The one where you're like, you go around telling people you're so great, but you're not actually.
Oh, that when it was like childhood when I like.
No,
said...
there was a topic
Shit,
about
I'm
like
forgetting.
the concept of being like doing good things just for the sake of being a positive outlook, like
Oh,
having
yeah.
like
That
a
one, I
good
forget what the name of it
reputation.
is.
Philanthropy or something like.
No,
I can't remember.
no,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's the one that had the second thumbnail of a guy up in the mountains with his arms spread.
Oh, virtue signaling.
Virtue
Exactly.
signaling.
That's
Virtue.
it.
That's the one. Okay, yeah.
I
right,
thought
right,
that
right.
was the one that triggered you guys. And, you know,
Well, because
it's
I
just
made
triggered
that thumbnail,
from
so I
synopsis.
remembered it.
Yeah.
I was looking at the thumbnails I was looking at the thumbnails because the other day I made a playlist of every video I've ever been in. There were like 450 of them.
I noticed, Ben, that this was actually funny to me. This is
Yeah.
a total aside, but I noticed that you included all the TBAP videos in that.
Well-
what I did strategically was I put, and like Digi's is every video Digi's ever been in. I put every video best guy ever has ever been in, and of course Keg Standard was in TBAP. I don't know who that guy is. Best guy ever over here. He started with video 1 on best guy ever.
100
Shit, I don't know
fangirls
what I
just
was
realized
thinking.
that you are Kagan Phantom. 100 fangirls just realized that just now.
Oh, no!
A new wave
Keep
every
it-
single time
keep
you
it-
mention it.
I'll never
keep
tell.
it under wraps, listeners.
Yeah, please
Don't
let him know.
let our enemies find out.
Hippo, I mean, all I can say is that you are helping these people. You may not be doing it as much as the parents, but that doesn't mean you aren't doing it at all. And I'm sure that this camp is a rigorous thing that is not just like a normal day at the house. I'm not saying that you're better than the parents, but it's not like you should torture yourself and think that you aren't cool for helping these people even a little bit out of their life.
I suppose it's just I'm wary of maybe unnecessarily so. I'm wary of giving myself points, like life points. I do that, and I've done it for I think 8 years now in a row, which is pretty cool.
I mean,
it's an objectively good thing to do.
Yeah.
To just volunteer your time to help people.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think I am
yeah,
a bad
yeah.
person for liking that I do it. I just
If you went out and poisoned women's babies, in the womb, so
That
that they
would
would
be a good
have
thing,
disabilities, such that you can take care of them, then we'd be having a different conversation.
but I
And
just
once
like
you've been going
to
about it all wrong,
intellectually.
your way is inefficient.
Yeah, that's true.
I just like to intellectually criticize a lot.
It reminds me of
yeah.
shit. I was just thinking
It
of
reminds
somebody
me
who
of
did
this
something. Whatever.
One Piece character. ...
Yes, yes. I don't think there's. I'm trying to think if there's a One Piece character who exists. Was there any One Piece characers who were virtue signalers? I can't think of any. No, it's not that kind of series. Really.
What about Full Body? It was kind of...
I don't know. He was just trying to impress some bitch.
No, surely there were some... I mean, what about Crocodile? Crocodile, pretended was a hero of the people, right?
That is a different sort of thing, but yeah, he did pretend to be a hero, but was actually attempting to, he was the criminal trying to overthrow the entire government and make the king look bad, who was not bad, who was good.
I think
Munchie,
you could probably make a strong case that Crocodile was a heavy virtue signaler.
Munchie,
Okay,
Munchie,
fair enough.
you knew when you said that it would actually turn into a conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
Hippo, what were you a teacher of some sort, or were you just a general counselor? What was your position within this camp?
Oh, okay. Well, there's
Master of executions.
There's
Master at Arms.
Madame La
Yeah.
Guillotière,
man at
Wrangler.
arms, man at arms.
in charge of the weaponry.
Yes, surgeon. There's a patrol. There's a number of patrols. There's the kitchen and the staff that do the entertainment, also known as the Ents. And I am
Big tree guys.
yeah. There's patrol leaders, 2 of them, and then there's patrol helpers, and I'm just a patrol helper. If I had more scouting experience or just experience in general, I would be picked randomly 1 year for
You're like a
patrol leader, and then I would be in charge of the thing.
So you're like a brown shirt hoping to break into the SS.
Well,
one
I'm
of
not
these
really
days. You're
hoping
working your way.
to. I'm not really hoping to break into a patrol leader because that sounds like, oh god, I gotta.
It's a lot of work.
I gotta be
probably.
responsible. All I'd really
Yeah,
do is that I keep them entertained as best I can. Like, I hang around the places, like, when there's downtime, they're in the patrol tent, or they're just walking off wherever they like in the area, in the field. And, like, when there's an event, like, there was, like, a zombie day where there was, like, a dressing up box, and we had to go get the dressing up stuff. And I, helped them pick things and tried it on, and they were all happy and stuff. And it was, nothing big. Whenever there's food, I go with one of them. Like, they enjoy helping as well. They see how fun, like, how cool it is to be a helper, and they want to help, and it's quite cute.
Yeah.
So I get the food. You feed them sometimes with a spoon, but in this case, all of the scouts could feed themselves. So I just needed to give them the plates. Yeah, it was really quite chill this year. Some years it's like there's one guy or two guys that are like a real handful. You constantly have to be keeping track of them. There was this one kid who like sometimes like his first year would run off site, and we had to like
shit.
He just ran away, and we had to try and find him. And from then on, he wears like a high-vis jacket at all times. And there's like photos of him given to all patrol leaders at the beginning of the week, just in case that he runs away again. It's funny.
That's high risk.
I asked because friend of the show, Kazi, is actually a similar position. She works at a disabled camp during the summer, and she's an arts and crafts teacher. So I've heard a little bit about what you're describing from her.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
She was, her and her brother both do that, right? We were talking about that on Squirtle Day.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, cool.
And from what I can tell, it's fucking sick. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It sounds like a real race. It sounds like a real, like
if any of you would like to come
Yeah.
down for 1 week of the summer and camp and do that with me, that would be
because
cool.
we would get right in. If we just check in our mental illnesses, we'll get in, no problem.
Yeah, that's true.
I would, but I spend all my summers taking care of my grandma who is disabled, so I already do that
Makes
kind
sense.
of.
Makes sense.
What here, Mage? Let's like whip out our trading cards. What does your grandma have? Because my grandma's got a ton of shit.
Like, she's not mentally disabled, she's just physically, she's old and
infirm.
is having trouble movement, so I have to help her.
How old is she? I'm curious.
She turned 88, so that doesn't seem that old, but...
Whoa, Vriska. There she is.
Oh, no.
Yes.
My grandmother has
What does it
broken
mean?
both of her hips, and each time she's
fuck.
broken them, she has fallen on me. That is not a joke. She has fallen onto me both times she's broken her hips.
Well, maybe you should
You're
stop
the-
breaking
you're a
her
cursed-
hips and she wouldn't
you're
fall on you,
You're a
Munchie.
cursed child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean that she broke her hips on you?
Yes, that
I
is
thought-
exactly what I'm trying to say.
She was doing the peach side B from Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just smash.
basically.
There goes the hip.
I
yeah.
can't remember the first time. I can only remember it vaguely. But the second time, I remember excruciatingly in detail and vividly, because we were at the hospital already to visit my grandfather, who just had broken his hip as well. So he was in the hospital because he had broken his hip, and so we were just sitting there, and I'm like a kid. I'm like 8 or something. I'm like, I don't care about anyone's well-being or safety. I am really hungry. Mom, can we go to do something to eat? Mom, I'm hungry. Mom. And she's like, and so then we walk outside, and we're taking the whole family. We're going to a nearby pizzeria. Then we walk in the door, and I'm like, salvation! Finally, my taste buds are vibrating. I can taste the pots of pizza party marinara sauce right now. I take one step, and then my grandmother crashes into me. She's tripped on the carpet. She crashes into me with like 1,000 tons. I fall onto the fucking floor, and I just know above all of the pain, above all the screaming, I know I'm not gonna be able to eat a pizza, and that's what hurts the worst. This is real, by the way. This is not a joke. This is actually
I believe
true.
you.
This has happened to me. And then she was
Why
in the
did they
hospital.
do-
It was even longer till I got to 8.
What a bitch.
Yeah, I
What
know.
an asshole.
Seriously. My grandmother's 90, and she's holding on by a thread. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She got both of her hips and
She's
Alzheimer's.
holding out for a hero till the morning light.
You know that that one comic of of Apple Bloom talking to Granny Smith, and Granny Smith is like, "Hey, Apple Bloom's friend, where's Apple Bloom?" And Apple Bloom's like, "I'm Apple Bloom." Granny Smith's like, "Huh?" That's what's happening in real life for me.
It's dementia or whatever it is.
My grandma mistakes
Alzheimer's,
me for my mom sometimes. Not like she thinks I'm my mom, but like she calls out my mom's name towards me a lot.
My entire family does that regardless of age.
They confuse you with your mom? Is that
yeah.
What, is that,
okay. me with other like cousins or something.
Oh,
I called my uncle's name a lot because
is there a crew of people who look like you, Munchie, like in your family?
They're just so distinct.
You know what? No, I'm kind of the only person that looks like me. I have the neck of my family. All of my family has this neck.
That short, stout, like head connected to torso neck going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
As opposed to not connected to the torso.
As opposed to not connected, yeah.
In my family
these other families with their head not
connected
to torso. Yeah.
My 4chan uncle that I'm always talking about looks exactly like nothing like me. He looks absolutely nothing like me besides the throat. He looks like like a square, not like an insult, but like he is like a rhombus. He is the geometric shape.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, my grandmother's gonna die soon, so that's the note I want to
Gotcha. That's the ultimate disability. Death.
I am.
Oh man! We're all disabled. We're all future disabled. We're all like.
But when you die, all your other disabilities go away. So in a sense, it's kind of the best possible outcome.
We're all just nascent disabled people. We're nascent handicaps, just waiting to be birthed. Like we're like pupa awaiting our transformation into butterflies.
That's true. As Jace W. Connors would always describe himself, he is a future retired United States Marine, and he should be treated with respect.
It's true. We're all cursed with a disability called being alive at the end of the day. So
I have one other angle on disability, which is sometimes, I don't know who else does this, I imagine what would happen if I had a catastrophic accident and I had I lost either control of all of my body, most of my body, or my mind or something, and how people would talk to me and react to me, and like what they would say, and like how I would continue to live, and what skills hopefully I would still have, and then like I imagine futures where I have disabilities. Having seen a lot of them, it's sort of like
sure.
Whoa, does anyone else do that?
I prefer not to. I sometimes do, but I prefer not to because it makes me sad.
Sometimes I wake up and I feel, you get that brain fog when you first wake up, like you don't know what's going on, and I wonder if and I might think for a moment that I might be disabled. I don't know. Or I think that maybe I might have had an accident that I didn't remember, or maybe I'm paralyzed now, or I
feel that
I'm
mostly
sick or
when
something,
I wake up
and then I feel grateful, and then I realize no, I think I was just imagining. But it takes a while. It takes a while for that feeling that there is something wrong with me. But it goes away after a while, and I'm just like, oh, thank God. But then I'm afraid because I'm like, what if one day in the future I wake up and have that thought and it's not fake? It's true.
Very, very understandable. I get that physically sometimes, mostly with like if I fall asleep and my arm is numb and it is asleep and it will not move. That freaks me out. But even worse is I have in fact experienced weird sleep paralysis a couple of times, and that is like you wake up and I cannot move, and it's like. Well,
I've only gotten that
I will
once.
Die now.
I've only gotten that once or twice, and usually when people talk about sleep paralysis, they talk about seeing ghosts and shit.
Yeah,
like seeing
what
demons.
The fuck that's about.
Which has never.
Yeah.
I mean, I have had. There have been moments when I've looked. When I'm just about to go to sleep or just woken up or something, I have looked at something and thought I'd seen a terrifying face, but it's it's only just been a flash split second thing where your brain sees something and recognizes it as a face because even though it's not, and
yeah.
I haven't had the sustained there's a demon sitting on my chest thing.
Yeah, I've had sleep paralysis a few times in my life. I usually keep my eyes closed because I'm fearing to see something that there's not in my room because I would probably be scared to go back to my room.
You know that opening of Bloodborne where you're lying on the table and all the demons start to crawl all over
No,
you?
I
And
do
that
not.
Bit, it's like that. It's like that.
But like
Yeah.
a funny thing about sleep paralysis that I had, like this happened to me twice. Like I never had sleep paralysis before. Then it happened once, and then like a few months later, it happened like twice in a row. So it was very weird. So like what happened was like I couldn't move, and I was sort of still half asleep, and I kept having like a repeat dream where I kept dreaming that I kept waking up, and like that I wasn't waking up, and I couldn't wake myself up, and I couldn't move. And I realized that this is on repeat. Now I realize that I'm sort of like half asleep and I can't wake up. So what I tried to do was to scream my boyfriend's name, and it came out as a very soft, menacing whisper. So it's like it's the middle of the night, and like so me and my boyfriend are asleep, right? And like then he hears suddenly like it's like
Oh, it's like at the end of Titanic when she's like blowing that whistle and like crying for those guys to come help her because she's freezing to death in the Pacific Ocean or whatever. She's like, help, I'm gonna die. Fuck you. Yeah.
I don't remember, but
Okay,
yeah,
whatever, doesn't matter.
and I freaked him out. the next day.
And you haven't seen Titanic, the
I've
greatest
seen
film of
him.
a generation?
I've seen Titanic when I was little. And
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen Titanic. That guy.
Somebody post fan art of the Titanic Gaijinka or whatever.
Wait.
Humanized,
Is there? You know that shitty
Titanic Chan.
You know that? Yeah, I was gonna say. You know that shitty Kankole or whatever it is, where like the battleships in Japan,
my
like
God,
are hot
yeah.
anime girls. Make a
Yeah.
Titanic one. Make a
Wait,
Titanic
I don't
girl.
know what you're talking. I mean, I guess I can imagine.
Dude,
it.
Well, yeah, there's like a Japanese mobile game / like anime or something where it's like
Kankole?
Japanese battleships. It's short for something. It's Japanese battleships anthropomorphized. whatever.
Ethan showed me one episode of that in hopes that I would think that it's cool, and I'm putting
Oh.
you on fucking blast right now,
Ethan,
publicly.
what were
Ethan.
you
I'm gonna
thinking?
fucking shame you right now. It was the worst experience of my entire life, and I can't believe you made me do that.
Oh yeah, Kankole, Kantai Collection, better known as Kankole.
That's the one.
Better
That's
known
the
as so many dojins, like so many.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's built for dojins.
The-
And
the
there's that
only-
one.
The only time I've ever had sleep paralysis is I was like real young. I was like 10 or so, and looking back on it, the guy I it was like I couldn't.
Oh my
move
god,
when
they
I'd
got
woken
little
up.
masks over their head.
Yeah,
and
they're retarded.
the guy, there was like this guy standing at my doorway that started to walk over me, and looking back on it, he kind of looked like Matthew Matosis. So I'm just going to assume that it was Matthew.
Wait,
Matosis.
you know what Matthew Matosis looks like? Isn't he like not showing his face?
No, his avatar.
Oh, like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
He looked like that, but like a real.
I know he's an
human.
Irish fuck who wears Hawaiian shirts. Some
He said
red-haired
he wears
trash.
Hawaiian shirts to work like a like an
like a very
asshole.
funny man.
Did you know that
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirts are formal wear in Hawaii? Did you know that?
That's
What?
that's
Oh,
cool.
That's true.
Is it
That
just 'cause it's so
accurate.
hot?
Transition.
No,
Transition.
because they're like old school, like they are formal, fancy clothes to like wear a nice Hawaiian shirt.
It
Like
must
you'd wear it
be
like to a
because-
business meeting, like the mayor would wear like on
Oh my
TV,
God.
like a
Well,
Hawaiian shirt.
I mean, wearing a suit must have not taken off there because of how hot it is. That's my guess.
That's maybe. It's actually not that hot there.
Nate.
Anyway, Munchie's, by the way, reporting from Hawaii right now.
Nate, at
incidentally.
your request,
Yeah.
you have sent me on a PCP scouting mission down
Correct.
to Hawaii to survey the land for demolition. All the mounds and all the townspeople shall be eradicated at your behest. So
Appreciate that.
I'm here currently reporting from Maui. So
From Maui, there you
yeah,
go.
yeah, from Maui. I'm down
Beautiful.
in Kihei. So look that docs me right now.
Keyblade? Wait,
Yeah.
is that Keyblade or was that Keyblade?
Yeah,
I
it's
need
Key.
to-
He's
yeah.
in Kihei.
Right, okay. Appreciate
Nate,
that.
actually, I meant
Yeah.
to tweet about this, and I probably still will. But so I got your letter.
Oh, you got my package.
I got your package.
Oh,
should I
yeah.
say what it was?
Tell everybody.
So yeah, you sent me this carved wooden idol of
It was
the
a
god
tiki. It's a tiki.
of the god of money.
The god of
And
money.
Nate, I swear to God, no lie, the day that I opened this package, I got like 3 new patrons for no discernible
There
reason.
you fucking go.
I
The
don't-
god
I don't-
of
I
money.
don't know why that
Patreon.com
happened, but it
/
did.
Ben Saint. There it is.
Yeah, Patreon.com/Ben saying the fucking tiki god commands you.
I'm glad you liked it.
I
Fantastic.
got a tiki idol from my aunt one time, just out of the blue. She had gone to like Florida, not even near Hawaii, but she just brought back some tiki statue. And what I would do, you can hear this on the PCP actually is when this incident I'm about to describe happened. Where I like to slam him against things. It just made a great vibrating noise, and I just loved to listen to it. So one day on the PCP, I was just
I do that with children's skulls, mostly, but go on.
I was just doing that. I was just slamming him, and then he snapped in half, and he broke. His feet fell off of his body, and then he fucking disintegrated before me. And I think that's during the mid 50s or something. PCP. If you can find a timestamp, anyone, I will reward you with absolutely nothing.
Is there a distinctive snapping sound in the mix or anything? There is? Okay.
It happens, and I think I also said something to the effect of oh no, something has happened, but everyone just stampedes over me. You can only hear it faintly in the background, something has occurred. So if you can find that, let me know. Also, Hawaii, just Nate, this is the best place on Earth.
It is the best place on Earth. There's no debate. Munchie's there right now. This is two of us who have now confirmed it is the best.
PCP HQ.
PCP HA, as in Hawaii. That's what we need.
I said this to you in DMs, Nate. This is go off the back of Italy. Italy was great and beautiful and stuff. But it's like all foreign countries, a huge hassle. It is such hassle to get around, to learn the language, to exchange all of your money, and do all of these things that you have to do in order to exist in a foreign country. And Hawaii has all of the beautiful architecture and all of the cool scenery and the beaches and all that kind of stuff. But it is America, and
it just is America. It's so convenient.
I don't like beaches.
Ben, go to Hawaii and tell me that, you fat motherfucker. You just don't want anyone to see your pasty-ass body. That's your problem, and you need to get over it.
That's true. I mean, I'm not going to deny any of what you just said, but I don't know.
I like looking at beaches, and I like maybe spending an hour walking there, but just staying there, laying there, and getting a tan or going to the water.
Okay, but Mage, think about it like this. What if, this is how it is to live in Hawaii. I know, because Michelle lived there for many years and is a Hawaiian. It's like you go to work, you go to school or whatever you want to do, you go do some work, and then you take the 2-minute walk to the most beautiful beach in the world, and you swim there for as long as you fucking feel like. You watch the most beautiful sunset in the world for as little or as long as you want, and then you go home, you shower, and you continue the rest of your day. It's just, in the middle of the day is the best things in the world. Okay, I'm sorry, what's up?
I can't swim.
Then you splash the shallows, dog. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh my god, it's because you live in ice place. That's the reason. Because there is no water there. There's only ice.
There's no water in Lithuania.
Not even in the bath.
I
mean, the infrastructure is so fraught, by the urban warfare going on in the streets.
I don't understand people who can't swim, because swimming isn't really anything. You can just just exist in water.
The thing that makes swimming real, swimming requires a strong will to live, and Mage lacks that. So that's why it's understandable.
I mean, treading water is a skill you can learn in 10 minutes.
I've been trying, when I was younger, my parents and stuff, they tried to teach me how to swim, but I don't know why. I never picked up on it. I'm good at diving.
Maybe it's your just colossal body.
You dive, but then what do you do afterwards?
Exactly.
You didn't teach me how to come back.
You just stay at the bottom.
I just sink like a rock.
Well, let me just throw this at you guys real quick. I looked into this after going to Hawaii. You can just live in Hawaii for approximately it's for $3,000. For $3,000 a month. If you make $3,000 a month, that you can put aside for rent and stuff. And other things cost more in Hawaii too. You got to import stuff. But if you basically make $3,000 a month that you can spend on housing, you can live in a great place in Hawaii. I looked into it. And that's what it costs, that's 3 times what I pay to live out here.
That's significantly more than what I make.
It is sure. But there is a number, and if you can achieve that number, you can live in Hawaii, and it's a great place.
What if you can only achieve that number?
Also,
Hawaii?
you can live in Hawaii for less than that if you are just like willing to live in a very shitty place.
Well,
so
I am.
All right. There you go.
I want to give a shout out to Michelle because I've seen at least 6 of her here. I've seen at least 6 of her, which is a Hawaiian girl taking a selfie. I've seen at least 6.
We were at Michael's today, picking up supplies so she could take selfies.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you need to take a selfie? A stick?
Well, no, I mean like background implements and sparkles and glitter and things that one uses to beautify.
They got apps for that, dude. They got filters for that.
That's true.
This is a new PCP meme / vocabulary term. A Michelle is a Hawaiian girl taking a selfie.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Works for me.
I was also harassed. Well, I'll get to this later because there's actually a far more pressing issue. If you guys remember the nature episode in which I described a scenario I want to dub nature light or diet nature, in which it's not like real off-roads experience. You're not in a real forest. It is a paved Disneyland-esque romp through a human civilized section of a rainforest. I'm here to report that in Hawaii this exists and is real. Shout out to the Io Valley. It is great. It's just a small little section, and there's paved roads and everyone, but you go into like a real, actual, historically significant and beautiful rainforest. I was described as the second wettest place on Earth, which
except
is
for your mom's
exactly.
vagina when I am around. There you go.
It was great. I just had to walk up like paved pavement. I just walk through some rainforest. I could touch a rock, and it was great. And the Hawaiians got it figured out. So the rest of the world, get with it. I was also, while in Lahaina, harassed by a dirty, disgusting indie artist who I walked into like
a street artist talking his shit.
No, an indoor artist, even worse, a properly fed artist, so he could flex his horrors. So as I walked in this art gallery, and then around the corner, I'm entering the door. He said, "Some skinny white bin Saint fuck says I've been waiting for you." And I turn around and I say, "Oh, what? Hello," and then he's like. He's something effective like, "Hey, have you heard of sacred geometry?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I love it."
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And then I have.
He quickly reveals that this is not a joke, and he actually has many sacred geometry tattoos all over his body.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
And so he's like, do you know what dirty pour is? Do you know like what dirty pour painting is? It's like cutscene flashback smash cut to literally fit like 30 minutes ago. Kazin telling me about what dirty pour is and about how it is the most fucking sinful, low effort, you are a hack thing that you can do as an artist.
I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is.
I'll explain to you. Here's what dirty pour is. It's you get a cup. You need a cup and a canvas and some paint. You get a cup and you just pour some paint into a cup, and you don't mix them together. You just pour them, so it's just in the cup. It's like a kaleidoscope. Yeah. It just is some grains and some yellows. Then you pour that onto a canvas.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that sounds lame.
Yeah, it's retarded. And so he leads me into into this little hut he's got working. This fucking skinny white asshole. This twink.
When I heard you say dirty poor, I thought you were describing my economic situation.
Yeah,
no, but that is true.
It sounded like a hygiene thing to me.
So he leads me in this room, and there's just wall to wall the exact same image, but just the color palettes are different. It just all is just what you can imagine. It's just like a splotch of water, like a splotch of water that is some different colors.
And a single fan art of crying sands in the back of the shop.
I googled dirty pour. And I mean, some of this imagery is kind of nice. Some of it kind of looks like a geode, like you cut open a rock and it's got all these like crystal layers. Sometimes it kind of looks like that a little bit.
I've seen worse, I guess.
I mean, I'm sure the ones I'm seeing, I'm sure the top results on Google are the best of the best.
And he's like, "Oh, what do you think?" And of course, in that situation, you have to be like, "Oh, it's really good, dude."
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Oh, I like this one a lot. The colors are nice." And he's like, "Oh yeah, normally it's $500, but I can get it to you for only $100 if you want to buy it right now."
Why does he think that, like, well, okay, you do look like a 45-year-old man, but, still, it's... He's just cold calling. He's just a cold approach in people.
I respect the hustle. You
I
gotta
do
you gotta get people in there. You gotta do your routine. You gotta what's the word? You got to escalate the interaction up
you got to
until
peacock
the sale or the
you got to neg. Got to throw some negs in there. Did he call you a chubster? Did he be like, "Ooh, you look like a big guy. I bet you could afford some."
You got to bring them to the point. You got to push the choice. You got to make them make the choice right there and now, and you got to have established the groundwork that they like this painting.
Right,
and
right. And don't forget the 90-10 rule.
Huh?
He's got to bring the painting 90% of the way to you and make you come the 10% to him at the end. That's
one time in my life, I would love to have the courage to just say to someone, no, it looks like shit. I would love the opportunity to do that. But nobody really asks me.
He was like...
Okay, then hit him with a dab. Bam!
That was not all, by the way. He said to me, and I was like, well, I don't know. Like I am underage, and I don't have that amount of money in cash in my wallet right now. And he was like, so what? How about you go back to your mom, and how about you get some more money from her, from, Big Mom, and you come back here tomorrow night, and I'll hook you up. Yeah, just pushing it over and over.
Tempting proposition.
Yeah, to just go siphon off my mom to buy this stupid dirty pour that he said that he makes every single night in 30 minutes. He has claimed that to me. No, you twink. I'm not going to come back to your art festival. I'm not going to buy your dirty pour. Leave me alone.
Dirty pour.
Munchie, totally. The first of those two stories you told, I just wanted to say that is fabulous. But when you were talking about, like, the cool rainforest stuff, I wasn't on Maui when I was in Hawaii. I was on Oahu, the one with Honolulu and stuff, the capital city and shit. Were you there too? Did you land there?
No. I said I wish I was there because there's no ramen over here. There's no ramen over here.
Oh yeah, it's the most like developed place. It's the most hippin' and hoppin' and seen. But there's a highway, I-3. There's like three main highways, I-1, 2, and 3. And I-3 goes like through the middle of the island, and it cuts through these valleys, like, which is just literally where they filmed Jurassic Park. And so every time we drove through, and you'd see these big old fucking hills, and Michelle's dad would be like, "Hey, da 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 da." I'd be like,
I'm sure he did that like 6 times. By the 6th time, you're like, okay.
Well, actually, he did it the first time. I did it subsequently every time afterward. That's
how much you liked it.
I loved it. It was great.
Oh, that's adorable.
Everybody had a great time.
This dirty pour, it reminds me.
I hate that name.
It reminded. It's really gross.
I googled dirty pour, and I had the displeasure to see both dirty and poor people before me, which was very unfortunate. I didn't like that one bit.
It's P-O-U-R,
Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I see.
That was the source of my confusion. Fuck. Wait. Was I gonna say something about art? Oh, it reminded me of this movie. Maybe you've seen it. It's like
it's called Titanic.
Faux documentary. It's called no, it's not Titanic.
20%
It's not
cooler.
Jurassic Park either. Oh god, it's called Exit Through the Gift Shop. Anyone seen Exit Through the Gift Shop?
That's a great one. That's by Banksy, I think.
Yeah, I think it was probably made by Banksy secretly, and like it's kind of debated, like whether how much of it is staged. It's not specifically about Banksy. It's about this guy who gets involved with like the street art community, even though he has no skill or talent, and like rises through the ranks. Like he manages to get some good PR through like various shady ways, and then he gets Banksy's endorsement. Like, and then so based on that endorsement alone, he throws like an art show and is a huge like overnight success, and everyone loves his shit. And then like, but the scene that it reminded me of is a scene where they like, he's trying to sell all these like he's promised all this like original art to people. People have bought it from him. So what he'll do for that is he's just lines up posters and will just take cans of spray paint and just like sprays like all these posters at once to put like an individual mark on them to make it like personal custom art, right? So that's what this dirty pour reminds me of. You mix up some shit, you pour it on up canvas, you swirl it around a little bit, you throw out the ones that look like crap. If some of them look kind of okay, you keep them, and then you sell them for $500 to some kid in your Hawaiian bungalow.
Quick theory. Greetings, everyone. Soy Boy here. Here's my theory. Banksy, Shadman. They are the same guy. Prove me wrong.
I
You can't.
Nate, I never agreed with a political stance of yours until now. Now
Yeah,
I'm fully
alright.
in agreement with this ideological theory right
I
now.
build my whole moral system on this foundation.
Have you ever seen Banksy,
Banksy
and
and
Shadman in the
Shadman.
same place at the same time? I don't
No.
think so.
Here's my hot take. Banksy is good. Shut up. I like Banksy.
What are you saying about Shadman? What do you?
saying-
Have you not seen the comic that's taken the world by storm of the cute comic that Shadman just did, where Waluigi finally gets invited to Smash and Daisy's crying, so he gives Daisy his invitation.
It's the real reason Waluigi's not in Smash, because
Yeah.
he gave it to Daisy.
Yes, I saw that.
Although
good.
total
Listen,
cuck move,
I don't
honestly.
know.
Like,
I
why
mean,
does
it
he
was.
deserve to go?
Also, can I just say, if I give you, Ben, an invitation to my birthday party, and you just give it to some dumb crying bitch who I didn't invite on purpose, I'm not going to be thrilled when she shows up with your invitation. I'm just saying.
The people are mad that the world would have been better served if Waluigi had gone and not given Daisy that invitation. He has done a harm.
No,
We
Yeah.
should not be
see,
celebrating
Waluigi
his act of his
can't be
flagrant
Waluigi
act
if he
of
wins,
cuckoldry.
though.
What's that?
Like,
What was that?
Waluigi can't be Waluigi if he wins. He has to be the underdog.
You're saying that Waluigi is defined by his perpetual
absolutely.
underdog status and loss continuously over and
That's
over.
why people love him.
People love him because
Is it?
of that one image of him,
Waluigi is
like
literally
the plushie of him in
the
the
guy
rain.
who played Jack in the Titanic. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Leonardo
He's
DiCaprio?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. He's literally Leonardo.
He is the Revenant IRL, only in video games. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
imagine, like, I mean, if Waluigi was in Smash, people were like, yeah, but they'd immediately not care. Because then there's
I mean,
there's
you are-
no guy to make memes about anymore.
He is the meme. Ridley was the biggest meme. That one's gone. We need a new meme. Okay, Waluigi, I guess. Yeah. I mean, let's say Waluigi got confirmed immediately. Immediately, the meme focus would shift to, how about Isaac from Golden Sun, or Gino. Like, these are the big people they're talking about these days, or whoever else.
I'm still holding
I'd
out
rather see
hope for
I'd rather
Bandana
see
Waluigi.
Gino than Waluigi personally.
I mean, so would I, but I'd like both of them. You know, I
I'm
want
still
as many as
waiting for Bandana
possible.
Waddle Dee, guys. Still waiting.
Okay, can I just say, I've been wanting to say, Bandana
God.
Waddle Dee is the worst possible choice. Who?
Why?
He
Why
has
do you
literally zero, zero, not any character. He is devoid of character.
He's got a spear, you idiot.
Yeah.
What
He's a
is
spear fighter from
Look,
Fire Emblem.
anyone who wants the weird thing is, I was looking at the polls. He's actually doing quite well in the polls for people wanting him.
Yeah,
he
those
is
polls, where are
not
they?
not a character. There is nothing. He is the
Hold on.
Like,
Is
I
he
want
from,
everyone-
Is he from that game that we played at RadCon? The
No,
four-person.
he's not. He's
Well,
from
he
Kirby
does-
Superstar
you can
Ultra,
unlock
and
him
He's appeared in
as a-
basically every game after that. Like, he's the main series character now.
What do you
Okay.
mean? Okay, his first appearance, as I recall, was there was a bandana wearing a Waddle Dee in Meta Knight's Revenge. I think that's where it first showed
Well,
up.
it appears in like Revenge of the King and stuff like that. A lot of mini games in.
Isn't he one of Meta Knight's henchmen?
No.
something
You're thinking
in
of
Meta
Sailor
Knight's
Cat
Revenge?
Waddle Dee, which is a completely distinct character. Sailor Cat Waddle Dee is not Bandana Waddle Dee.
Right, my
okay,
mistake.
yeah.
I forgot these totally distinguishable characters from each
Yeah,
other.
they're
I mixed them
nothing
up.
alike. There's no similarity.
It's like having Toad in. Like, nobody cares.
Let me ask you
Really.
this. Well, yeah, I mean, I would like. Yeah, Toad is kind of similar. Only Toad has 1,000 times more personality and history than fucking Bandana Waddle Dee.
Why are you dissing Bandana Waddle Dee right now?
I actively hate the idea that Bandana Waddle Dee would get in. Okay, like if he gets in, I'll be like, okay, cool, another character. But he does not deserve it. He does not. He has not paid his dues in the video game landscape.
I think I know what you're saying. It's like there's so many characters that are cool that are getting the snub, and then like there's like some at some point it feels like you're just sort of they're sort of putting characters in like reaching like we can put this one in, I guess,
and you
that
know
one. When there are so many actually good ones that are just not being noticed at all.
That's a variation of the classic slots argument. Like, so-and-so is taking up a slot that could go to someone else. And there is something to that, absolutely, because they only have so much manpower to put into making new characters. But beyond that, I'm making a further point that, like, just imagine for me, for a second here, what would Bandana Waddle Dee's final smash be? Like, what magical, like, character-defining epic thing has he done
Okay,
that
he
would be
spins his
turned into a
stinger
Final
around.
Smash?
First of all,
exactly,
you're making the mistake
nothing.
that Final Smashes have anything to do with the actual character, because most Final Smashes are just literally nothing. Look at
But he
Mario's
has
Final
literally
Smash.
nothing to him. What would it be? Tell me, Munchie, what would it
has a
be?
match made in heaven, man.
He could have King Deities, like before Final Smash. He could have the one where he calls a bunch of his brethren, some wild D's to come down. He could have that. He could have a thing where he's
so lame.
around his,
It's so
his
lame.
sphere.
I don't hate the idea of Bandana Waddle Dee, but I feel like we've got Kirby, DDD, and Meta Knight. I feel like Kirby's pretty well represented in the series.
I mean,
I don't know if we need another one.
Fair.
I generally agree. Also, put Galactonite in as a skin for Meta Knight. Do it now.
Black
Do it
Knight's
now.
gay. I can't believe you think that Galactic.
No, as a
Did you-
skin, goddammit, as a
Okay,
skin.
okay. I
No,
wanna say,
I'm
okay.
not saying that he shouldn't get it. I'm just saying that he is
Oh.
gay in concept.
Well, he is pink and gay, but
Did you
that's
know?
fine.
I saw a video about this. That in God, what is the one that we played at RadCon that none of us liked?
Kirby,
Star
whatever,
Allies.
the new one. Yeah, Star Allies.
Kirby Star Allies. Okay, there is a secret boss in Star Allies where Galactonite shows
saw
up.
this, yeah.
Yeah, and then none other than the butterfly, that rests on Kirby's face in the intro cutscenes to like many, many games shows up and merges with Galactonite and becomes Morpho Knight, the ultimate warrior.
That's that's accurate. I don't
Okay.
know what was being implied by that in any way. Actually,
It's so
I watched
bizarre.
many YouTube like lore videos on that character because I actually do pay attention to like Kirby lore and I'm kind of interested in it. I
just happened to catch. I happened to catch this yesterday because I was watching Arlo's review of Kirby Star Allies, and the
Arlo.
okay.
Let's talk about Arlo once we're done with this because I want to get into that.
Talk about Arlo, please.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
okay,
need
we
to
can talk about
address
Arlo,
this.
but I just want to say that okay, I thought like Star Allies was so boring and terrible, and I hated it. I hated every
Yeah, it
second
was
of
so
playing
terrible.
it. But
It sucked.
It was
but
pretty bad.
apparently it's really short, which is also bad. However, I kind of wish we had gotten to the end because I saw the ending, and the ending is like super epic. It's like
Really?
the final battle is this. It's awesome.
Oh, I think I actually beat that game
Kirby
and just forgot.
Kirby games
What?
have fallen into this rut basically from day one, but like every single game after like Return to Dreamland, and it's like Kirby has to go to space. Kirby has to go to space and fight an over-designed monster, like evil,
Yeah,
like
he does.
Cthulhu thing. He always has to do that now. He didn't always have to do that. It could just. Kirby's always fought Nightmare Fuel at the end, but it doesn't have to be this specific brand of Nightmare Fuel. It can be something different, guys. I'm actually playing through because despite me being a Kirby fan, I haven't played a couple of the newer ones, so I'm just now going through Triple Deluxe.
I want to play Robobot.
And Return to Dreamland. They aren't... Okay, Return to Dreamland is fun because it's co-op, and it's not like completely mind-numbing like Star Allies.
I enjoyed
But,
that. I enjoyed Return to Dreamland. It's a good game.
It's good. It's not as good as I remember, and also Triple Deluxe so far seems pretty fucking nothing. It seems like It seems that like it's.
I'm glad you're
literally
telling
the
me that, 'cause
same
I've been
game
wondering.
As Return to Dreamland, it seems like it is literally the same game.
Well, guys,
basically.
Munchie, real quick, I loaded up Kirby because I wanted to see if I'd beaten the game, which I'm pretty sure I have. I just unlocked, just by starting the game, I can now summon Dark Meta Knight. Dark Meta Knight.
Yeah, from
who is that?
The Amazing Mirror. From the Amazing Mirror. He is from the dark side of the mirror, and it is
is
Midnight
that?
Shadow.
Oh, well, okay, that's cool. That's a real character. All right, I like it. Never mind.
Yeah. The Amazing Mirror is great, but like
That is the best Kirby game. It's the best one.
Yeah,
They're all
always
others
wanted
are
to play
shit.
Amazing Mirror with the 4 players because that's the way it's meant to be. But I don't know if I can literally do that anymore. I don't know if that's like
It was.
capable of being
I
done.
mean, if you have 2 people with a GBA, they can connect. Wi-Fi or whatever.
Cable though, we're gonna have to get a cable for like 4 people.
Oh shit, there is. I forgot about the
But
cables.
Star
On the
Allies
DS,
was
maybe.
shit, right? Like playing Star Allies was terrible, right? Like, we all
I
hated
actually
it.
I did
I
go.
hated it.
I beat Star Allies on my own. I thought it was okay, not great. That's really all I have to say about it.
I think it would have been better alone. Having 4
It
people
is
turned
better
into
alone.
such a clusterfuck that I didn't even know what was happening most of the time. Everything just died before I even knew what was doing.
That's
what
exactly.
I was doing.
There was 0 challenge. It was not
I
fun.
can't
It's
get
way
over
more
that
fun
choo-choo
alone.
shit. I cannot get over that choo-choo shit.
It's not even that it was too
becoming-
easy. My problem was not that it was too easy. It was that
There
it
no
was
conveyance.
just that
It was no.
there was
feedback.
I had no clue what was going on. I didn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a multiplayer game, that was kind of the biggest problem with it. Like, it was all about playing together, and by playing together, you don't do anything yourself. You're just sort of along for the ride.
I'm becoming increasingly aware of an epidemic of new Kirby. We are definitely in the era of new Kirby, where Kirby is just this perfectly spherical, like, no personality happy face, as opposed to, like, being fat like he's supposed to in the old games.
Yeah, a little blob.
And that transcends to all
He used to have
games.
some weight to him.
Yeah, he needs to have some weight to him. And that transcends to, like, gameplay, to aesthetic, to, like, music, to everything. Where it's just, like, it's become way too clean and way too New Super Mario Bros. And also, D&D looks disgusting in the new games. They don't
This
know
is
how
this
they
is
did that.
unironically why this like hasn't made any difference yet. But I still hope to this day that asshole elitist video game playing 100% completionist assholes like me and like us are the way that we save companies like Square Enix and Nintendo from making increasingly shit products that are just like these Kirby games are the perfect example. Amazing Mirror is the best Kirby game. It doesn't have all this fucking online connectivity, all this shit. But you know what? On the other hand, I'm completely wrong because the people who games are made for, like 99% of people don't beat a game when they buy it. They just play it for like 2 hours and they never play it again because they just felt like doing something with some money. So the actual completionists are such a small minority that they don't even matter.
You know, the thing about that is that it used to be the case that games like
I know.
there was only so many games, and they were all kind of expensive. I mean, they're still expensive, but like I think people have more money to throw at them, I guess.
I mean, there's like Steam sales and stuff, but
games,
a new Kirby game is going to be $60.
Games are more about playing it for a bit and not beating it necessarily. People get new games all the time, and it's not really a big deal because they can't afford it. But when I was younger, I got so used to having the game and playing the game until I beat it completely. Yeah. And it feels wrong to me, but it's not necessarily wrong in real life.
Achieving mastery in a game is what I play for, and the rest is a waste of time. Playing the new Kirby game for an hour sucks. Don't care. I want to master it.
Can we talk about?
Man,
Arlo?
I was streaming Nuclear Throne the other day, and I felt so shitty. I was doing so.
I watched that. You were fucking up bad, dude.
I'm not there to carry you. The only times you've ever done good is because we're playing multiplayer, and I carry you hardcore. That's the only time you've done good.
No, the last time I played on my own, like I managed to loop, and this time I only. Well, shut up, okay? Well, usually looping is not out of the realm of possibility for me, but this time it just was not happening until the very end, and then I got almost close, and it was a big letdown when I died against the throne. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Hey, we need to stream more, and we all need to fucking raid each other's streams. We need to hit that little raid button.
But before we leave Kirby, much like Digibro famously has said that the 80s is the best era for anime, and that's what he believes. I am now coming to the conclusion that the DS was the best era for Nintendo games, and the DS is home to the best installments of each Nintendo series. So with Kirby, you got Squeak Squad, you got you got Canvas Curse, you got Superstar Ultra, the best.
Wait,
for
Canvas
Pokemon,
Curse?
Yes, Canvas Curse is great. That's the best Kirby spinoff, even better than the sequel, which came later, which actually is really terrible, and I hate it.
I never played it.
Wasn't very good. And for Pokemon especially, you got Black 2 and White 2, which just are the best Pokemon games.
You got Heart Gold and Steel
Soul
Silver.
Black 2, White 2 are my favorite Pokemon games.
No, Heart
Black
Gold
2 and White 2
best.
are best mechanically. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are my favorite, though. They're my favorite.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it's really close between Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Black and White 2.
Real quick, I never played Black and White 2. Why are they so good?
Because it's all the best.
Because I played some of them, and then I was like, "Well, this is just Black and White 1, so why would I play this?"
It was everything good about Pokemon and that was the last one before the switch to 3D.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
When it suddenly got worse.
If you want to hear a 5-hour analysis, talk to Steve about this. But Black and White 2 is good for the following reasons: it's so fucking fast, it's lightning fast. There's absolutely no bullshit. You just pick up and play and go. All the sprites it's before Gen 6. So all of the sprites aren't like washed out and awful. They're all bright and vivid colors, and it's the best Pokemon has ever looked.
They
even
move
to this
so
day.
good.
It is, yeah. And the gameplay is modern enough to have all the conveniences that you like. Like repel. You can just would you like to use another repel? Yes. As all the conveniences like that, TMs aren't disposable, but also it's not new enough to have all of the baby pissy patty bullshit that you don't like.
Yeah. Okay.
The legendaries in Gen 5 were kind of disappointing. I don't like them very much. But
I don't give a shit about legendaries at any point ever. I just ignore them, but whatever.
Hippo, you want to say something?
All right. Fucking Arlo.
YouTuber Arlo.
I have an
Yes.
opinion. I have a strong opinion about Arlo and like game reviewers in general, and I will explain it now. There's two types of game reviewers on YouTube. There's people who try way too hard to be JonTron, aka me, to varying levels of success, and then there are people who are trying way too hard to be Matthew Matosis, which is like all of the analysis sect of like game reviews. I think of like as reviews and analysis as like the same group.
Yeah.
So like there's people who like just talk about
I
something
don't think
in a matter of fact
Arlo
way.
is
but-
either of those.
No, he's kind of like the most frustrating one I've ever seen. Mostly because he talks like normal. You know, he's just like a decent reviewer. He's pretty good. You know, you go to him for like a, you know, quite a chill review about something. He's like, yeah, I'm just talking about a thing, and this is what a game is, and I like games, and this is me, Arlo. But he has the best like resource at his disposal for being the funniest game reviewer in the world. He is a puppeteer, and a very good puppeteer, and he has a really cool looking puppet, and he's the most like. It's the most squandered potential of any YouTube channel I've ever seen. And it makes me sad just to see it.
He could do a lot more with the character. Because what he actually does is just... Like, he doesn't really do, like, JonTron-style comedy, and he doesn't really do, like, deep analysis. He really just does, like, consumer reviews. Like, he just does, like, should you buy this product? Like, how good is this game? Things. Yeah. Which is fine.
He's fine,
and
but
for that, I think I think it's great, that stuff. But yeah, you know, now that you mention it, if he did more, God, I mean, I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm such a fucking rube for lore. But if he did like more in character stuff and skits and stuff, he does them like very rarely, and they're kind of funny. But he doesn't. Yeah, if he focused more on that, I'd like it.
Here's an extension of this point. It's that because that is the case, I actually find watching Arlo's content kind of off-putting, because I'm like, why is there a puppet? Like, what is the point of this puppet here?
Puppet makes me uncomfortable.
It's true that there is no point, ultimately.
Like, I know the man,
but
the man has
I
a passion
like
for the
it.
puppet. He has a passion for the puppet, and I can respect that. But
I mean,
on the receiving end here...
I mean, it's
it.
akin to, like, a person, like, talking about video games in a normal way while wearing full clown makeup and a clown costume. but also not as funny as that.
It's like, I mean, traditionally, you would use you would get some idiot on Tumblr, you would pay him $100 to draw you a couple poses that you would swap out, and you would use a cartoon avatar. And this is that, only it doesn't piss me off from overuse and being boring and a cliche.
I salute his industry. I absolutely do, for all the effort that he clearly puts into puppeting that guy. But, okay, here's another thing. Okay, this is my biggest problem with Arlo across the board. He uses a green screen, and he has those little dangly hairs at the top of his head, and you can see the shitty effect of the green screen on those very thin hairs, and that always annoys me.
I'm gonna look out for that.
Every single time, I'm like, that's where my eyes go. I'm like, I can see the green screen effect happening on those... like, it's bad puppet design for using a green screen.
Well, it's actually quite good design because of how
but it doesn't
very
work.
blue
But
it
with the
is.
green screen specifically, that's always annoyed me.
No, like
now.
if something like you can make hair like really like I think he's just doing the green screen kind of badly.
I agree. If he upped his green screen game in some way, this would probably fix that problem. But it does exist.
Really the problem,
I'm never
going
to be able to stop seeing it now.
Right. So I got a screenshot. Put that in the chat. We got to link this so people can see this.
I should reiterate or iterate for the first time. I don't hate Arlo, but he just makes me sad to see such talent for for a YouTube channel. Like, make a real TV show with that, please.
I mean, he probably doesn't have the resources.
How do you do that?
Join Sesame Street. I don't know. Like, they still do those.
YouTube,
or
I don't
what
know,
do you call it? The Muppet Show.
Okay, here we go.
For whatever fucking reason, for whatever fucking weird twist of fate has led us into this darkest timeline that we all reside in, reviewing video games on YouTube is how you get your name out there and you get the ability to be known and do things. And that's what he's doing.
Also, look at the edge. Look at the edge of all of Arlo's edge. You can see it is tinged green because he is using a green screen. That has always annoyed me.
I mean, at least he's not using a blue screen.
He should be using a blue screen because of the medium he's choosing. I have to give this
erase
technical.
himself.
This is a technical criticism. He needs to either get a better camera, use better software, or stop using a green screen. Some combination of those, so that this particular issue stops annoying me. That is my personal opinion as a viewer of your content, Arlo. Please help. There you go.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. I don't hate him though.
I've
enjoyed his content though.
Yeah.
Hey, what about that guy? Speaking of puppet guys on YouTube, how about that guy who uses like that old man? You know that old man puppet
There are like
that the guy
2
uses?
people who use that old man puppet. So
I
that
have
true?
no idea what you're talking about.
Shit, I think like Digi was saying that he really liked him the other day, and I've watched him for years. God damn it, what's it called? Old man puppet game review. I've seen it before. The boys I've watched a bunch. That guy is fine. He also uses a puppet, and like he like is a character of the old man, whatever it is. I'll put a link because I'll find this afterward if I can't.
Mr.
find it.
Plinkett?
No, it's not Mr. Plinkett. God damn it. Voxus Productions found it. Smack Talk. That's the one.
Well, I've never heard of that.
could you screenshot the puppet?
I have linked it
Oh
in the
yeah,
chat.
yeah,
You can
that's
see
the
his face
puppet
there.
I've seen used on Honey Badger Radio, but that's
Last
not
Jedi
game
review.
related. So.
Yeah, there's
Fucking
nothing
kill me.
more
Fucking
dangerous
kill me.
than a Last Jedi review. There's nothing I want to click on less than something that says Star Wars. on
Well,
it.
it was just the first one that came up. Do you say he's like Honey Badger related?
No,
Mage?
not
Is that-
him. Like, there is a person on Honey Badger Radio, which is a podcast, and
yeah.
he uses the same puppet, but they're not the same
Oh, okay.
person. It just confused me
It's
one
probably
time.
like a commercially available puppet or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that they both use or something.
You know
Okay,
what
well,
I
that's
would
fine.
like? I would like if you know, it's the Last Jedi review with an old man puppet, but it's like always like a skit comedy, like clickbait, not actually a review. It's just a fucking silly old man doing I fucking hate Star Wars. I'm a puppet. Like it. I just want it to be a comedy thing because it's a comedy puppet. It's so funny and cute and silly, and it's just like saying like, yes, I think the game design here is very good and.
I mean, this guy give credit because he is playing an
comes
old man
across-
character, and he is
I
not.
haven't seen this, so I don't
Wait,
know.
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
If we're talking about Arlo,
Yeah.
he does come across as a Muppet reviewing video games. Like he
Yeah, that's true.
he doesn't swear and he maintains he has the right tone for it. So it doesn't feel like it's completely arbitrary that it's a puppet doing the talking.
Yeah.
But it is. It's a concept that I really like and enjoy and am behind. And yeah, I guess it is kind of a missed opportunity that he doesn't do more with it.
Well, here's his invitation to step up his game, right? You know, there's nothing stopping him.
Arlo,
Take
if you
it and
wanna,
run with it,
if you want to
Arlo.
be on the
Calling him out.
PCP, if you want to be the 10th member, you gotta remove that green screen, dude. This is an open invitation.
That reminds me, I gotta get back to Laserbot.
Yeah, you do.
Laserbot messaged me back. I think he might be because he said before that he was interested in being on an episode, and he got back to me the
shit.
other day. But I was not logged into my Facebook, so I didn't see the notification. Okay, I gotta see.
Facebook, lol.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's how I got in contact with him. Was I friended him on Facebook.
I mock your form of communication of choice.
I do not use Facebook except in dire
Oh
circumstances.
no, guys! It was just my wife's son Facebook. I swear, it wasn't me at all. Yeah, this is you.
No, I hate Facebook as much as anyone else. I swear. Anyway, that's so. Yeah, we will. I will let you know how that goes.
Well, good. Yes, get back to us.
need
By the
him
way,
on.
yeah. If anyone
I'll
forgets,
let you know if Laserbot Senpai notices me.
please do. That's the Tails Gets Trolled guys. If you forget, everybody.
Laserbot is the Tails Gets Trolled guy.
Do we want to do another topic, or should we move
Well,
on to our next
I have
thing?
this one little
I have
bit.
some more.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
before we go to another topic, I had this
Yeah.
one thing that I couldn't say because it turned into a Hawaii talk during the disability
Knit.
thing.
I can't say it. Knit. Oh no, I can't
God.
say it.
Get out of here.
The when I was talking about like dreaming of like the possibility of like me being disabled, it's actually quite a positive thing for me because what I do,
Okay.
serious, it's like I think of I think of like the perfect disability to get, and it's kind of like a lazy, stupid like thing like, oh, when you're disabled, people do things for you. So if I was
Sure,
disabled in this specific way, but I could still like, you know, play guitar or something, but I had no speech abilities, then people wouldn't blame me for not talking. They'll be like, "Oh, well, he can't talk, so that's fine."
But then
And
you
then I could
wouldn't be
still
able to
make
be on the
music.
So it allows
podcast,
you to be
though.
autistic, socially
That's
acceptably
true.
autistic.
Yeah, like the more overtly disabled you are, the more I can get away with that I would
Being a
normally
social
just
freak.
do.
Okay, gotcha.
Speaking about that
weird.
sort of like
It's
disabilities,
weird. I know it's
I
weird.
saw like this channel just randomly got recommended like a video of this like I think she's British and she's deaf, but like she speaks very eloquently, and she in that video she explained how it's kind of tough when people don't believe her that she's deaf because she speaks so well and she doesn't have that sort of a deaf person's the way they speak.
The being deaf is the worst because you can't. If you're blind, you have the sunglasses, and people are like, "Oh, let me help you." But like, if you're deaf, people say, "Hey, you not hear me, motherfucker? I'll push you."
And then you do. Wrecked.
Hippo, I want to do Chibi Baka's Con. Like Arm Retrieval Con, but Chibi Baka's Con. We should do that. We'll get together in London,
okay.
and we'll throw an anime convention. It couldn't be that
Whoa,
hard, right?
yeah. Yeah, I'll just call the Londoners.
Yeah, the
I'll sort it out.
We'll take over the city of London, not to be confused with London. We'll take over all that, and we'll turn it into the city of anime.
I'm
the
so
city of
glad that
chibi.
Munchie knows the difference.
Yeah, well, we've all seen that incredibly popular CGP Grey video. I don't actually have any real knowledge. I'm just regurgitating what I've seen in YouTube videos.
I just want to go on record saying I only just figured out that CGP Grey is not one of the Green brothers. That he is not like
Oh
those
my
guys.
God.
Whoa.
Now I
what the
understand
fuck?
why you thought he was gay. Now I understand.
I thought that was like
Why?
the main channel of like one of the Green brothers
You're
or something.
insane. I don't know why.
I
you
don't-
They have their own main channels.
I know. I don't know. I just thought they were the same guy or something.
Well, that's pretty unbelievable.
Well,
that's pretty
but
unbelievable.
the good news is now my opinion of the Green Brothers has tanked, and my opinion of this new entity that is CGP Grey has surged sky high. Because
Man, I remember when the
neither of them is like doesn't he?
well,
Wait, no,
CGP
he's
Grey,
not.
Grey doesn't
Isn't he
show his
British?
face at all. So like,
Isn't
I just,
he British?
No, they're all American.
I
think.
remember when the Green Brothers were like harmless and made like some wholesome content, and now they grew into
Well,
this.
what do they do now?
Well, they're just kind of like corporate titans at this
Hardcore.
point.
yeah, they haven't done
Trumpisms.
anything wrong. They're just shills and hacks.
Yeah, well,
They make Antifa vlogs now.
when you get to a certain level,
Did you say?
when you get to a certain level of like notoriety or power or social influence, which they
Then
have
it's socially
at this point.
okay to hate you for no reason.
I mean, that's basically true. That's true.
Back when I actually
It's
watched
socially
them,
unacceptable.
which was like forever ago, all they did, the only content they sort of produced were like these little sort of vlog things, and like each
Yeah,
video
they're-
they would start as like, "Hey Hank, this is the date," and
Yeah,
it was really cute.
I watched. It was really cute. I fell down
that
that
shit was
rabbit
gay.
hole. I remember it's the vlog.
I bet they got into that habit when they woke up in the same bed, looking at each other lovingly, gazing into each other's eyes, and say,
Nate,
"Good morning, Hank.
Nate.
Today I blah blah blah. Good morning."
I need to see a video from you every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Not.
I'll miss you forever.
sweet.
Gay, very gay.
The only content of theirs I've actually watched was Crash Course when I was like 11, and I was too stupid to realize that it was literally extra credits tier and not actually true.
Sure.
I like Crash Course literature.
Some of it's not bad. I've seen a couple of those.
I've-
But I'm just opposed to the idea of brothers staying in contact. It's very gay to me. It's extremely
Yeah,
problematic.
I hate that shit.
I'm opposed to it.
I am kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised to feel this this anti-Vlog Brothers sentiment bubbling under the surface in this conversation. Because
I've never seen a frog
positive about
brother.
I don't like.
I've never seen a single one of their videos.
I haven't seen any
Don't
of their
forget to be
videos,
awesome,
though.
gamers.
I don't hate them, but I don't
mean,
care for them
I
anymore.
have
So.
fond memories of Crash Course. I remember liking it a lot, but it wasn't very,
I have fond memories of
factual.
the kids WB show Crash Test Dummies, if you recall that. But
When you're a
therein
kid, it's
lies
hard
the
to-
quandary.
When you're a little kid,
No, it doesn't.
Where's the quandary?
when you're a little kid, it's hard to pick out to tell when people want you to believe something. It's hard to tell when
Yeah.
you're being brainwashed. And so I couldn't tell that I was being brainwashed when I watched Crash Course. But now when I'm a big boy, I can.
There's a little bit of that, I guess. I don't know. Well, I mean, they're saying things they want you to believe, which may or may not be 100% true.
They have their own skew on political view.
Well, that's just education.
And I'm suspicious of all educators, as I am of everyone. And everyone has an agenda in the world, but it's people with power who have the ability to exercise it.
Not Asian
they also,
people.
During a later one, during a thing that I was like past, and after I got off the boat, they did an entire series on the Foundation that Guns, Germs, and Steel was racist because it specifically when Guns, Germs, and Steel is the opposite of racist and is proving that racism is.
See, that's the thing.
What is Guns, Germs, and Steel?
Have you never heard of Guns, Germs, and Steel?
It's an extremely famous and influential book, I think.
Book.
I've literally never heard of it.
Famous. It is the most famous book of all time.
Well, not to me, so fuck you.
Summarize it, Munchie. What's it about, just in summary?
Have you seen the CGP Grey video on the America Pox?
The spread of diseases? Yes.
It is that.
Yes.
And it's talking about how the map matters more than the players.
Right. Okay. Right. I'm with you. Well, I mean, people were pretty racist in the time when America was settled. I mean, I'm sure that's true. That seems reasonable.
They were talking about how saying that the map matters is racist when that is the exact opposite.
Well, that's retarded. That's extremely retarded.
What is the way to be not racist?
What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, any of this stuff that's this SJW-esque kind of he's never apologized.
Well,
okay, this idea that every human being is exactly the same in every way except for the environment you're born into is pretty ridiculous. There's cultural differences, there are genetic differences, there's all this shit.
It just meant their ability to create things, to have large scale civilizations, is dependent upon the animals and the geography in which you are located.
I remember that video on
Which seems reasonable.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. Okay, to be completely transparent here, it was John Green who was writing for one of the teachers who delivered this, and John Green, the writer, has later apologized for this because it was factually inaccurate.
Oh wait, he did apologize.
Yes,
you're saying?
he did. So he's not a bad guy.
Okay.
That's one of the ways.
These are the sorts of things I think that have piled up to give them something of a negative aura, at least in my sphere. I honestly know very little about them. I know they run VidCon,
and I'm glad that I'm glad, even though I'll make
fun
fun
of
extra credits, I'll make fun of
they started
Crash Course
VidCon
for being literally retarded. I'm happy that kids in any way are getting into history and stuff like that. So I'm happy that they
is a good thing.
Even popcorn editions of stuff. I'm happy. Popcorn short renditions and stuff.
Gotta call him out though. The Green Brothers did not chastise Anita Sarkeesian when she called out Sargon in her audience for being a garbage human, for lambasting a member of her crowd. That's the last update.
Calling out the Green Brothers for not actually being green aliens.
They're shitty gray aliens, way more boring.
I cannot fucking believe how important Anita Sarkeesian is.
She's a totem. She's a totem of feminism. She is
a totem.
Yeah.
She's this weird symbol, and how you feel about Anita Sarkeesian determines what tribe you belong to. It's all in reference to Anita Sarkeesian. Do you like Anita Sarkeesian or do you hate Anita Sarkeesian? Fucking red or blue,
pick one,
motherfucker. Yeah.
What if I like the first half of her name and the second half I'm not so fond of? What if I split right down the middle?
We're gonna tear you in half.
Yeah, that's the only solution.
The boy shall be cut in half, and each pundit side will receive
Nate,
part.
you know that contest we did a month or two ago? Whatever happened with that?
Shall we get into it, team?
Yeah.
Is it time?
Wait. No, but I had things. I had things I wanted to talk about.
Let the boy speak.
Yeah, let's let Ben say his thing. Well, don't worry. We'll
Say
get
your
to it.
piece.
Well, I had two topics. I had two topics I wanted to bring up.
Sure.
The first is the keto's going good.
Good.
And I'm 10 pounds down from what I was at my heaviest
that's
a couple
great.
months ago. And I just but I'm upset. Because I don't see enough keto representation in media.
Speaking of Anita, Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, like, when is Marvel going to have a keto superhero?
Damn it, you're right.
Are you sure it isn't already?
I'm really hoping that by 2028 we can have our first keto president.
Yeah.
Because keto kids growing up today need role models just like anyone else.
The only role model that is worth anything is the president.
That's true.
If you're not the president, you
Marvel
can't
superheroes.
influence anything.
Yeah.
And Marvel superheroes, not DC. Because DC makes bad movies, and movies are what's important now.
I have been
agree.
told this. I am a sheep. Listen to my YouTube reviews.
Keto.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Who's a superhero who might be like closet keto? You know, like who is keto but doesn't make a big stink? Popeye.
Deadpool.
No, he's eating spinach. That's got carbs. You can't eat
I don't know what keto is.
Spinach is totally keto safe.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you know who's probably keto is Luffy, because all he eats are giant pieces of meat on
That's
bones.
right. Oh my God, there it is. Luffy is definitely keto. That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Someone's trying to get my attention. Someone trying to stop me. No?
No.
Did I imagine it? Did I
guess
just
not.
imagine voices
No,
in my
I
head?
was just
saying
wondering-
my name?
I was Deadpool, and if you're Deadpool, then we might have a discussion behind the stage here.
Okay, so I guess
wondering-
Luffy's a pretty good keto hero.
All right, that's not bad.
Let us know in the comments if there's any more great keto heroes out there, so that I can have my kids have
He's
role
also-
models. Finally,
Luffy's probably also what's that diet that you eat like a paleo? Luffy's also probably paleo representation.
he's definitely paleo.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Dino, shout out.
Well,
to him.
paleo, it's the like the caveman diet, literally. Is what
Oh, yeah,
Luffy
paleo
just
Steno.
kills
That
animals
guy.
and then like roasts them over fires and eats them. That's like all he eats.
Is this what you're talking about here?
Keto? Oh, this is the Shinigami magic used for binding.
Keto,
attack.
keto demon magic spells used in the Bleach universe by Shinigami. Yes. So, related.
Pretty good.
The other, and the other thing I want to talk about. Okay, I don't want to say whose video it was, because this is not a person that I have any ill will towards or want to shit on in specific. But do you remember that video? It was by a certain brony analyst, and it was the Me Too video calling out a Toon Critic.
Yes.
Not.
Yes.
I mean, I remember the idea in general.
Okay. So to give context for this was amazing. To give context, there was this guy, Toon Critic, who was kind of a sort of respected member of the Brony analysis community. Me and Munchie, we talked about him a little bit in Rowdy Fuckers. That was before this news story broke. He was involved in some shady, some pervy stuff.
He was accused of being a pedophile and stuff, and he has some.
He was being a pedophile.
That's. Chat logs
I don't want
like
to
that.
talk about the specifics of that because I will get the details wrong, right? Because I don't know. I don't know what the exactly.
Well, I think
deal,
it was
but
that he was
trouble.
grooming somebody, but that's
He
as
got
far
in
as I
trouble,
know.
and now everyone hates. Everyone denounced him. Everyone was like, "Oh God, we gotta." Everyone made videos being like the truth about Toon Critic, like no more Toon Critic. Toon Critic's out of here. We don't want anything to do with him anymore. Fair enough. And then there's a couple months ago, this one guy. He makes a video that's like he unironically calls it like a Me Too, like a hashtag Me Too video.
Was this Deadpool? Yeah.
I wasn't gonna fucking say it.
Oh,
God damn it!
I'm sorry. Okay, we'll cut that out.
Because it's embarrassing.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. I mean, I don't actually care that much. I mean, you're the bad guy now, not me.
Well, whoops. Okay, we will cut that out. All right, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
But
replace
so the
that
video
with Deadpool.
was
Replace his name with Deadpool.
Deadpool.
he introduces it that like, okay, so Toon Critic abused my girlfriend, and then he's like, and now I'm gonna let her tell the story. And she comes on and she tells the story about what happened, and I'm gonna condense it here, but what happened with her is that while she was with so-and-so, this person making the video,
And these are from her own words. These are her reporting.
Yes, while she was with him,
Okay.
Toon Critic hits on her online. She goes along with it. They like have I think he like shows him her dick or something online. She lets him do it. She says yes. Lets her do that.
Okay.
Feels guilty about it later. Tells him to tell the guy whose video this is, and he doesn't do it, and she doesn't do it either until much, much later. And this apparently is the Me Too that like, oh, my girlfriend was also victimized.
God.
Like, no, he propositioned her and she accepted. You motherfucker.
This
I'm sorry.
This conflation of completely consensual, like willing sexual acts with like sexual abuse. This is what they mean when they say Me Too going too far.
Toon
know?
Critic might be a pedophile and a rapist, and Toon Critic might be the worst abuser in the world, but this is not. That's not what this is. Okay, no. Yeah, I was just throwing that out as something he might... Right. He could have done any number of things.
Indeed.
He could be the worst person in the world, but this is not... This is not that.
This
is not that. And it's like... I don't know. I think I got upset. I got kind of upset watching this video, and I finished it up, and I was like, okay, so clearly the guy releasing this video, he's doing what he wants. He wants to believe. He wants to blame what happened on Toon Critic being a monster. He does not want to hold his girlfriend accountable.
I mean...
because that would be something that he would probably have to deal with. And I'm sure he wants to put the blame externally.
Did you look at the comments and see
her.
if anyone called her out?
Everyone was in support of her and saying, we're sorry this happened to you, we're so sorry you had to deal with that. He's a terrible... Yes, everyone. Everyone.
Am I confused here? Because I've heard a little bit of this up to this point, but am I wrong to say that this girl clearly cheated on her boyfriend and is now using some sort of Me Too defense to say it was not her fault?
Sounds
Is that
like it.
what's going on here?
I feel like what it was is that she cheated, by acquiescing to Toon Critic's sexual advances, and she's like, okay, I'll show you me and you show you. Like she was into that, but then she felt guilty, but didn't do anything about it until it was okay to shit on Toon Critic publicly.
That's how it feels.
How long ago was this? That's curious.
I don't know the timeline.
Okay.
I don't think she was specific enough about the timeline. But how it feels to me is that she admitted to this after Toon Critic was a bad guy and it was okay. I don't know if that's true, but...
That'd be damning. That'd be quite damning. I mean, this already sounds quite damning. I mean, what is there even a debate here? Is the argument... argument here...
other than maybe going behind his friend's back, going behind his friend's back and hitting on his girlfriend, not cool.
No, not at all.
Other than that, in this situation, he did nothing wrong.
Okay, I don't understand. I don't understand what is being implied here. Because this person...
And no, that's not me saying Toon Critic did nothing wrong in general in this situation.
Well,
I don't understand this. This is very strange.
He has not done any malicious action, but you're right. It is not cool of him to have done this. It is not good.
It wasn't cool.
It's just so fucked up.
But it's less cool on her part. She was the one who was.
He did ask her, from the sound of it.
He did ask her first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have.
Yeah, this was consensual.
Sure. If she was uncomfortable,
by
that
her
was
own words,
chance
by her own words,
to say no.
I'm not saying that there's. I don't even want to assign blame. I'm not going to say there's equal or no blame. I'm just trying to say that he should not have asked in the first place, and that in itself is a bad action that should have been.
Well, no.
That was one...
that wasn't cool.
It was a bad thing to do, to go behind your friend's back and proposition their girlfriend, obviously. It is a totally separate, also bad thing. No, it's not abuse at all. Not even a little bit.
Which is what is being claimed in the video.
And it is a totally separate bad thing.
Is that she was abused and victimized by him.
Okay, these people are children, and they can't be trusted to reliably relay facts or anything. Look, is the argument here? Is this the argument going on here that Toon Critic Y2K had so much power in this situation?
He was
Toon Critic
fucking
Y2K was the most powerful force who had ever sexually propositioned her, and she couldn't say no because what? It threatened her livelihood? No, Harvey Weinstein would come up to you and either forcibly rape you or be like, look, you gotta fuck me, or you ain't moving up in this world. I control the Hollywood. You gotta do what I say. And that's evil and fucked up. What could he even possibly hold over her? I don't understand.
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
There was no.
Look, I'm sorry.
All.
You made the decision to cheat on your boyfriend, and you felt bad about it. But maybe don't do that next time. And if you spend all your fucking time rationalizing how it wasn't your fault that you made this choice, what happened to actual feminism? Taking responsibility for your own life choices. Why are you now saying that men are the ones who dictate how you act every second of every fucking day? Be a goddamn adult, you fucking coward. This pisses me off so much. God, stop hiding behind a movement that has nothing to do with you. God.
I understood the motivations of the guy making the video and the girl. I understood why they would both want to believe this.
Indeed.
But seeing the comments coming out in full support, it was just
That's
that brony
disgusting.
hugbox.
That's
it was that
fucked up.
brony hugbox bullshit mentality.
So glad I
There's nothing worse. This is where the brony hugbox turns malignant. Turns,
turns a little scary, honestly.
Yes, yeah. The fact that I don't know. Like, let's say it was a guy
that
who...
someone can come out with a Me Too story and then tell it, and it's clearly bullshit.
Yeah, and
like,
everyone's
just
on board.
Not even someone claiming, "Oh, I bet you're lying." It's not even that I bet you're lying. It's that she is clearly wrong. She's telling the story, and it is not lining up.
Like, what if this same
factually.
story was just told about, like, some guy who just, like, had also not been accused of being a pedophile? Like, and then this equally, like, flippant story that has obviously no validity to it is just made up about someone who had, like, yeah, maybe he consensually, like, tried to hook up with his friend's girlfriend. That is not the same as, like, sexual assault. It is not a Me Too moment. Any of this shit.
Case,
It's like personal
I'm
drama,
sure that in
like,
this...
you should really keep it out of public
Exactly.
eye. That's
The hashtag
the-
Me Too is just...
the lines are blurred.
It makes it, like, so farcical.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Farcical's the word. I mean, in this case, you know, everyone was really eager. Everyone's really eager to shit on Toon.
That's what it is.
To dump on Toon, to show that they, too, hate him and what he has done.
Yeah.
That they, too, are on the right side of history.
This is just an
even
extension.
though it has nothing to do with them.
No.
But they want to perform that action.
This is
of
an
hating
extension
Toon, 'cause
of
it
our
means
fucked
something
up
in
political
their community.
landscape, and how, like, people are not having integrity with the way they address with the stuff.
Imagine you go into those comments section and you say your story kind of sounds dumb.
You're going to be
and,
called like
it's not-
a rape enabler or something.
You're
you know?
you're a rape apologist because you're defending Toon Critic.
This is where we're at. It's so fucked up. The fact that we selectively pick and choose like what we like about what like our political opponents are saying, and then like with James Gunn and like his political shit recently about he made like some really fucked up jokes in the past or whatever.
So scary.
I mean, I don't give any fucks that he did that, and I mean I don't care. I'm not on either side of this fight, but like. The left was just, like, trying to excuse it. Like, imagine it was, like, any right-wing guy. Like, you just know they would use this to, like, destroy their career even more vociferously than was done by the opposite side of James Gunn. We just have to have integrity here. And I know, like, literally no one can because we all have massive biases and everything. But it's an ideal to strive for. It's it's a platonic ideal to work towards.
I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but that whole scandal happened before the episode that we recorded, that was recorded earlier, in which I talk about like running for office and about how like I'm afraid that like stuff that I've said like when I was like a baby or like now will be dug up like 30 years down the line, and everyone was like, oh,
like
that's
what you're
ridiculous.
saying right
That's
now at
that's
this
never
very
gonna happen.
moment.
Yeah.
And then like
And then meanwhile,
this has happened.
James Gunn, there he goes. I mean, in a different sort of way. I mean, Alex Jones is doing the stuff that they don't like right now.
I saw a tweet that was like, okay, oh god, I'm gonna forget the details. They don't really matter. I think it was like the Washington Post or someone hired this woman.
Oh yeah, I know this one.
This
Sarah
Asian
Jong or
writer.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. And she had made tweets like you know, saying really shitty things about like white men and men in general and white people, and like really being a you know, kind of saying some racist shit about white people.
Yep.
And, like fuck white people. And she defended herself as saying like she was saying all these things in response to in response to abuse from other people that were being racist to her, which this might be true. That I can believe that.
Sure.
But yeah, I think I don't know. Like I understand that like obviously the Washington Post and Disney are not the same entity, and we can't call it hypocrisy for one to fire James Gunn while the other hires whatever her name is.
Are you aware of the extension of that story about what happened later on based on those tweets?
No.
Okay, most people, I bet people have heard of this, but like a couple people, specifically Candace Owens. What Candace Owens, she is a conservative, she's a black lady, and she was like, she took the exact tweets of Sarah Jong and she replaced white with like Jew, and she got banned on Twitter for like intentionally replacing the exact words with like anti-Semitic shit. And by the way, and her tweet included like it literally replaced her quotes with racist shit against Jews, and it said at the bottom like, this is what it looks like if you like do this at Sarah Jong or whatever. It like, this is why you shouldn't do that. And for that tweet, like she got banned for like, and they restored it later once the outcry happened.
It out.
But like,
Oh my
wow,
God.
wow, guys.
Yeah, I mean, like
This is the problem, man.
Can we move
it's.
on?
I mean, you shouldn't say things like that, but you.
In a segment,
I don't
yes.
know. Yeah, no, it's not. I feel like we should be forgiving.
Yeah,
Of like
yeah.
James Gunn and probably of her too.
The problem
But
is you just.
I also don't think you should say things like that.
Who wants to be
but, like,
forgiving of their enemies, though? You know, nobody
Yeah.
does. It's that's the problem.
Like, I know she might have said those things out of frustration or anger or in jest or whatever.
I forgive her. I forgive her. But I forgive everybody else who makes, like, racist kind of stuff. I just don't care. It's fine. Whatever.
I mean, I can kind of understand why, like, a corporation would want to tie their wagon to yours if you've known to have said,
But,
things
I think
that
the main
alienate
thing
people.
that's
James
the
Gunn
problem
making
there.
Guardians of the Galaxy like an incredibly successful movie franchise.
Absolutely, yeah,
and,
100%.
who's raking
And guys
in
like
mad
Digi.
dough. And
Digi, like,
literally
loves them.
who has read those tweets? Literally who? So like,
No
what
one.
do
They were
stand to
dug up.
lose?
They were actually dug up by people on the right wing to, like, make him look bad because they wanted to use the left's, like, political execution squad against the left itself. So that was kind of what went down. Yeah. And it worked.
It's just fucked up. It's bullshit. It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Well,
It's fucked up, man. I don't know.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I think the
Remember
main problem with all
music?
that is like, I just want to one point is that
Munchie, why are you trying to shut me down?
I'm
Is-
not trying to shut
is
you
that,
down. I just want to go out and get to that beach, you know.
I'm actually
understandable.
done.
Okay. Yeah,
is
go
that
on.
is that forgiving people doesn't get you any points, but condemning people does.
Ooh, it does.
That's true.
Yeah,
true.
like these people like condemning Toon Critic for what he did to this poor girl. That's condemning him
There's
for
just,
that.
I mean,
there's just
you
no
think-
currency.
Condemning someone for what they actually did and is confirmed is great. But, like, if anyone in the world has ever called Toon Critic a rapist, for example, they are fucking up bad because that is totally not true.
Well, I mean,
and
we don't
the
know.
conflation
Well,
and the
we can
loose
understand,
language.
of course.
I shouldn't have tossed out the R word.
I don't even blame you. You were doing
so
it
casually.
I guess so, but, you know. I guess that is part of the larger problem, I suppose, those sorts of things. But, you know, I don't know, man. It's all fucked up. We're all going to hell.
Yeah. And on that
Yeah,
note, let's
woo.
go to the funny fucking
On
music.
that note, let's guys, it's time. You've been waiting, and we've finally done it.
What's it been, like 2 months?
Some
It's
longer
like
than that, I
two
think.
months in the making.
Yeah, around there. It's time to answer the question of what the hashtag PCP theme is going to be
What
in
the
the future.
hashtag hell is up?
Oh, well, guys, I've done it. I've gone over the numbers. We've listened to them all. We've reviewed them. We have all voted. And I'll just break it down for you real quick how we did it. We each voted for our top 3 picks. The top one got 3 points. Our second choice, each of us, got 2 points, and the third choice got 1 point. Some people only wanted to vote for their number one, so the numbers aren't exactly, they're not, you know, up to all the numbers being added. But, like, that was how it worked. So, given that point system, we're going to run through it here. And real quick, before
We're gonna go from bottom to top.
I figure what we do
in
is
terms of
we're
vote
gonna
number?
the top 3 we'll do separately. But I just want to shout out like the guys who didn't get in the top 3, but still got voted in the thing and were selections. So let's see what we got here. We got Felix Box was Munchie's number 1 pick.
Yes.
Did not win tragically, but that's in the ranking.
well.
These are like the honorable mentions. Alex AAALEXX. That one was beloved by Devu specifically. That was the vaporwave one. It was pretty dope.
the vaporwave cover.
The vaporwave cover of the PCP theme. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Both of these
Yeah.
are covers of the song that we have right now, and that's why I like them. Is they just are
yep.
the one that we have now?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't vote for them.
Yeah.
Because they just were the old songs.
Because they
Some of
told
that
Even
I
though
like.
they were good, I didn't want just a new version of this old song.
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly
like
what I did want.
fair enough. Artur got some votes. He made a PCP theme as well. Excellular was voted by a couple of people. Congrats, dog.
Which one was Excellular?
Excellular was, let me see real quick. That was
Sounds
let me
familiar.
see. I don't want to say who picks that was. Here, let me link it real quick. It was hang on. I'm getting the stupid link. Come on. Okay, here we
You
go.
say you didn't want
Right
to say
here.
who it was that voted for him, but
Ah, right.
Oh, the
right.
welcome
yeah,
to the
you're right.
PCP
Yeah,
dimension.
That's right, the dimension
Yeah,
one.
that
That's
one.
incredible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refrain right now from saying who voted for what.
but you mentioned
now,
the other ones.
The other what?
Well, you said, oh, like this one,
No, I did it once, and I won't do it again.
you did it
did
like
what
twice.
I said that Munchie's top pick was the Felix
and then
box
you said
one.
like someone, Devu liked the thing as well.
whatever. I won't do it again. All right, whatever. My bad.
No, do it. Fine.
Well, okay, whatever. There was that dope-ass rap by Akazi. Remember that rap with all that shit? It was that trap beat. That was dope.
That trap beat, that fucking heavy ass Death Grips rap.
Yeah. I really liked that one, but tragically not the winner. Wings of Strife got a shout out. That was good.
That one was solid.
That was enjoyed.
A solid one.
And in our last honorable mention was Oblivion with his meme theme. Oblivion Fall with his meme theme.
I was so ready for that to win. God damn it.
The meme theme was good.
The meme theme was really good. It was really good.
But it was just
it was Through the Fire and the Flames.
Cover of Through the Fire and the Flames.
It was like a sick cover with like dope shit going on.
I guess it is fun.
I mean,
the only thing that could have been better with that entire theme was to pick a few more choice memes for me. But you know,
I agree. Yeah. But I did really like that one a lot.
Yeah, it was great.
That being said, we're gonna play these. So here we go, everybody. Time to have a listen.
Wait, what are we playing?
We're playing. I'm going to play for everybody our top 3 picks. These are our top 3 picks. So,
are we going from third to first?
Of course. You always end with the hypest moment. So our let me get the actual fucking play thing here. Okay, so our number 3, top 3 with a total of 6 points, which for this contest was pretty good. Let me get ready to play it. All right, this was Oblivion Falls Dream Theme.
Ah, right.
There it is.
I'm supposed to be working right
yeah. Remember music? Sorry, buddy, you didn't win. You worked really hard on this. I think we all loved it. But it was really good. I love the cover. I love the vocal audio in the background. And like he got instruments. He like worked with artists to like sing it and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Again, sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But I did not want just a cover of the old song.
You know what this makes me want? This makes me think, oh man, the PCP theme is so great. Let me go listen to the Pro Crastinators theme song that we already have. Let me go listen to that because that's iconic.
So was slavery, but we got rid of that too, you know? It was truly iconic.
We did replace slavery with a different flavor of slavery, though.
What, corporate slavery? Is that...
Oh,
I said it. So that was number 3. So Oblivion Fall, I don't want you to think that. I hope you don't feel slighted. You worked really hard. We appreciate your entries. They were great. But you get the bronze medal here, buddy. All right, second place. Moving on. This one got 10 points across the board.
Ooh.
This one was quite well liked. I guess there's nothing else to do, but just to say congratulations on your silver medal, Arkin, with the PCP theme entry. There it is. Oh, remember this?
Yeah.
I really like this one too.
Yeah.
This one's good.
I want this one away.
At sentencing, Cooper asked for mercy, blaming his near
This song
murderous
is really
actions.
good.
I would have been happy to have this one as the theme.
Me too. Oh, listen, here it comes.
PCP?
Oh man, this one's really good.
This drug is not a plaything. It's not a beer. It's not a marijuana cigarette. This is something so mind-altering that it will make you a cannibal or beast.
Man, that's so good. Oh, it was really, really good. I really like that.
I love
one.
that so much. I like that a lot.
I'm just going to use that when I edit. I don't.
Yeah.
You know,
that one.
I can't blame
we
you.
should use it for stuff.
I mean, we've got the rights to all of them. They sold off their soul, so we've got them now, baby. Arkin, congrats on the silver medal. That was
great.
great.
Next one's gonna be. I already know.
Well, smarty pants. Maybe you don't know. Maybe it's gonna be shut up. So anyway, here's guys. Here it is. The moment we've all been waiting for. The number 1 winner with a total of 17 points.
Jesus Christ.
17.
Yeah,
this one really took
yeah.
the cake. This one really surged ahead.
Right.
Was a lot of people's top pick.
Jesus.
Sasuke Zero Pro. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah.
The new PCP theme. Here it is. Yeah.
What is this? You're supposed to be working right now.
I'm sorry, darling. I'm listening to the PCP right now. It's so addicting.
Oh, here it is. Guys, play this for your wife when she comes home from a hard day of work, forgot to pick up the laundry, forgot to do the taxes, forgot to pleasure you for the last 10 months of your relationship. But she did remember to listen to the PCP, and you know what? God bless her for that, and that's why I'm a feminist.
That's good dinner conversation right there, boy.
Damn right it is. Sasuke Zero Pro or Sasuke Pro. Congratulations, buddy!
yeah.
Congratulations! You are the gold medal winner.
I'm happy.
Hold on, no. Congratulations to the guy. It's awesome. But I just realized, sort of like, I'm not sure if you mentioned in the honorable mentions. Or I might have missed someone. Eric C. Bass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally did miss him. I missed him. Eric C. Bass or Bass or whatever. Yes, you were an honorable mention too. Really sorry I forgot you, buddy. We liked your multiple versions.
Can I shout out a couple of the other ones?
Absolutely, guys, go nuts. If you want to shout out stuff you liked, now's the time.
I want to particularly shout out Zero Alias's chiptune. It had a really great beat that I think would have made a great theme song. It's like it gives me the chills.
Yeah,
when it hits that drop. I feel like that's one of the ones that I'm sad that we had to pick one. And the Garbage Burners Hypus theme was fucking sick.
I did like that one, yeah.
Yeah. That was another one that's I only voted for ones that had like lyrics, right? And that was one that had like good like lyrics.
I really like this one that I feel like has gotten unmentioned by all of you guys. I feel it's this really underground indie guy. This guy called Endless Jest, and he's made this really nice like mellow rendition of the theme that I really enjoy. And, I'm really sad that didn't get picked.
Well, he's dead now, so yeah, that's how life goes. That's how it goes. I kind of like
with the old and with the new.
I gotta say, I like that, like the winner here by Sasuke Pro here.
I like that it incorporates the old.
Yeah, like I feel like it's like that plus.
It's not a cover, but it's got.
It's not a marijuana cigarette. It's not a beer. Oh man, it's good stuff.
That was a different song.
Well, that's Arkans. That's Arkans. The silver
medalist.
Mash
up the two of them. Am I allowed to like critique the winner?
If you feel to ruin his good day, absolutely.
Because I didn't like it the whole time, and
same.
There was something about like the female voice. There's just
I like that.
It's funny. It sounds weird, but it's funny.
It's funny.
I mean, he sounds like he's got like a shitty non-English voice or something, and he's trying to do it.
A shitty non-English voice. What the
he's
fuck?
He's got like an accent or something.
No, it doesn't sound like an accent. It just kind of sounds like he's kind of half-assing the like faking a female voice. I'm listening to the PCP right now. But it's funny. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, kick and scream all you want, but I mean, the majority of us voted for this one.
That
I didn't vote for it at all.
No, you didn't. That's true.
So like, because like neither me nor Hippo voted on it, so it's like.
I mean, if you guys want, I'll break down the demographics of the winner here.
That was my top pick.
Everyone picked this as their top pick. Devu put it as his second choice, and then Gib, Mage, and Munchie just didn't vote for it at all. So there's a pretty harsh divide here on liking this or not.
My picks were, that was my top pick. Arkan was my number 2, and then, it was the Wings of Strife my number 3.
Man, Gib, just fucking use the song you want when you edit. I don't care. It's fine.
That's true. We can't force you.
Nope, can't do it. I don't know. I guess we could.
That'll be my calling card using the other one.
Yeah, I mean that sounds fun.
No offense.
I think we should
actually do like enjoy everything aside from the female voice in that intro. So I'm not like aghast and
I think that we
inflamed.
I think we should use the other songs as outros.
I mean, I like that idea personally.
Oh my god! Okay, so we're gonna
we'll talk about
get rid of the
we talked about this yesterday.
Like, add the real one. We're gonna literally get rid of it. Is that what you're saying?
Why not?
But I mean, that's been incorporated into the new winner. Look, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about exactly how we're going to work this out later. But we have a winner, guys.
Let your voice be known, people, because I know that you won't want this. Let your voice be known.
If you say so, buddy.
It won't be gone. It won't be gone, but like whatever.
It's in the new song. Goddammit! Look,
I'll be straight with you. I'm getting a little annoyed.
We've got over 100 episodes where we use the old theme. It's like it's not going anywhere. We've got it. It's in the annals of history. It's here. It's even in the goddamn new theme song. Get excited! This is good. I like it. I'm happy.
I love this.
Can't you hear the happiness in my voice?
We've got like all like the Arkan one and the Zero Alias, and we've got all these other ones that like we could use as outros, and they're all great, and they're fan works, and they're made, for the glory of the PCP, and we have thusly been glorified.
Indeed,
and I love it.
Indeed.
bitch.
By the way, I do love Arkans a lot. Like, the thing is, for me, like, Arkans was my second choice, and I would have been happy with either one, frankly. But
there's a few I would have been. Probably like 5 or 6 that I would have been happy with.
Me too. But guys, let me just say, this has been a tremendously positive experience doing the PCB theme contest. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that everybody came out and made dope shit and gave us it for free to use however we want. Love that. Just love that fact.
I love
thank
the
you.
contests. They've been going over great in the RFCK world, and I love them.
Dude, contests are the future.
Well,
we need a new contest stat because people love getting involved, and let's
great.
do them
It's
the favor
nice.
and let them get involved.
Feature film. Somebody make a feature film of the Pro Crastinators. Has to be
agreed.
feature length.
Oh my God! You know what?
It has to be released in theaters.
Yes.
Don't add us until it's in theaters.
This is a bit of an aside. This is no longer about the theme, but it is, guys. www.speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail is now live. It is active, and you can leave us voicemails at that. We'll put a link in the description. Speakpipe.com /PCP voicemail. We'll take your goddamn audio and
we will
listen to it.
on. I mean, not all of them, right?
Well, no, we'll weed
pick
out the
good
shit ones, and we'll get the good
and,
ones.
we will listen to it on the show, and we will respond to it if we feel like.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it's going to be. So leave them, and hopefully when you hear this, there'll be like a day or two. I'm sure we'll get a bunch, like when this episode goes up. So probably by like next Sunday when we record, we'll have like a couple to look through. Yeah, do it, guys. Fucking give us the voicemails. You've been asking for it. We live to serve, and here we are giving you what you want. Now, head on over to patreon.com/the Procrastinators to show your support. That's what you need to do, friends. All right, well, that being said, I think it's time to remember that I forgot to ask for questions on Twitter before we started recording. Everybody, quick. Somebody go to the goddamn thing, the patron lounge.
Shit.
Oh, it's okay. I'm going to get old questions.
Everyone stall for time.
We don't have a charismatic thing to say. We have no charisma at all. We have no personality.
We're gonna get questions real quick.
Let me talk about. I got really drunk last night.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
I went out to a party. Crack came too. And I went out and I bought. They were drinking Yingling, which is not keto because they were a bunch of filthy glucose burners.
Oh God!
So I went. And I got Michelob Ultra, just 2.6 grams of carbs per bottle. Drank the entire 6-pack. Passed out on the sofa. And it was fine.
That's cool.
Whatever.
Yeah, all right.
That's my story.
Not bad.
And I'm sticking to it.
What was the nature of this party? Was this a friend's party? Or
It
something?
was a bunch. It was a guy who I knew in college, who was like friends with a bunch of my other friends from college that I'm still on good terms with. He was just at his place, and it was our other friend who we hadn't seen. He was in town, so we were just like, why don't we all get together? Because this other guy who we haven't seen for years is coming to visit, and we did, and we played clankers, and you know how that goes.
I want to give a shout out right now to Mozilla Finnegan and C. Gedisi, or I pronounce that, for being the worst PCP fans of all time.
Wait, what? What's
and
going on?
calling us out for being late and asking questions. You now have the official title of worst PCP
How dare
fans,
they ask questions?
and we will never
When
acknowledge
they were
you ever
asked
again.
to ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not
You
asking
woke
questions,
a sleeping
they're just
giant.
saying, come on, guys. Come on, several people.
Yeah, several people are
I'm
typing, but they're all like, oh, why are you so late, haha.
Yeah, that is bad.
I hate it.
He's got to be destroyed.
Here's something that's relevant to earlier discussions. For those of you planning on having children one day, what are your biggest fears when thinking about being a parent? That they are disabled.
Being a
That they
parent.
come out
Disabled.
disabled and I
Biggest
have to live with it.
How I'm going
Yeah.
to be able to teach them effectively, because there's no way to guarantee the ways I have been taught will be effective on the people that I produce. So there's no way of knowing how I'll be able to affect my child, and I'll just have to do my best and inevitably fail.
I can't stand being around another person to the extent that I would need to if I had a child. To the extent that I would need to be around them.
Yeah,
and
I'm
in their
still on the
proximity.
fence on whether or
Yeah.
not I want to have a child, so I don't know.
It's understandable.
It will also be trying to regulate the internet in a non-obtrusive way and in a fair and balanced way that my child will be able to understand and appreciate and not just hate me for, which will be impossible.
Yeah.
I feel like, I think I've said this before, but like there's only so much you can do when it comes to like the new generation being weird and like doesn't make any sense and like all these things I was thinking my whole life I'm going to teach my kids the ways of the world, but the world changed by the time I was having kids, so like now I don't have any information on it. So like
You'll never
all you can
understand
do,
your kids.
all
You'll never understand the things they like.
All you can do is be like generically cool in like things that are always good, like just being someone
Playing
that is
guitar and cooking.
yeah, or like social interaction, like being like a good party host. Like if you're a good party
Just
host,
be
you bring
Hippo's
people
dad.
around. And yes, be my dad.
But by the way,
that's what you do.
I want to shout out Hippo's dad and Kaz's dad for being the best two dads I've ever seen. They're actually quite similar. They are like Greg Universe from Steven Universe, and that's why I like them.
Oh,
That's
have you
good.
seen my dad?
No,
Or like,
but I know
Seen
him.
him in
I know
videos.
all dads
Oh.
intrinsically. I just lower my head. I put my ear to the
did
ground.
you
and I can
steal
hear
my
them.
dad as if it was easy?
My biggest fear about having kids is that my dad would always
Their
say when I
holes
was
will be
growing up.
big enough.
Yeah, that's right. He was saying that he would always say that like I don't really care what you do, but like I want you to like be successful and like content doing it, whatever it is. I feel similarly. I don't really care like what my kids do, but it torments me every day and night that they will just be lazy and stupid and not be willing to put in effort to achieve whatever their goals are, and then they will become like whiny bitches about how like it's everyone else's fault when meanwhile I'm staying on the side observing them continually fuck up everything by not putting in enough work. That is my biggest fear.
I feel
think
like
about
your
influencing children
attitude
so much.
toward like if you like explain, like if you show this attitude towards them, like
yeah,
I
you
want
gotta
you to
explain.
do what you like, I need you to be not lazy, don't be lazy, then they're just going to do that because that's what they do.
Well,
so
okay,
hard to
see,
influence
those are the
children.
pitfalls I'm
psychology
interested in
is, like,
avoiding.
more powerful than you understand.
Okay,
Whatever the mechanics are involved in making sure that my children are not lazy sacks of shit, that's what I want to do. Even if that includes me never bringing it up, then I will do so. I just whatever that is, I want to do it because I don't want my kids to be fat wastes of space.
Here's the thing. Say there's like a gang you don't want your child to be in. There's just a generic street gang.
Yep.
You're fucked no matter what you do. You can't say, don't join this gang because your kid will be like, huh?
Yeah, you're
I
just
will.
fucked.
And you can't say nothing because then your kid will be like, I like this gang. I'm going to join it. So literally no matter what you do, you just have to be transparent with your kid. You just have to, the main thing with children is you just have to explain what, like why you have rules. Explain why you are limiting them in whatever way. And try and be open and understanding of their wants and needs. And it's really hard, and it's hard when your kid wants to play with knives, so you just gotta let him stab himself and he'll learn and he'll know.
Though, I've watched a lot of anime that has taught me that like just putting rules in place and making broad statements without explaining the motivation or why I'm saying them always works out well and does not cause any misunderstandings or problems. So that's what I'm gonna do probably.
Yeah, fucking, you also don't want a child to just be obedient because then they have they have no drive.
Yeah,
they have no personality. If they just do what you want, like that's the worst scenario.
Yeah.
Where like you're not rebellious enough. Like I feel like I was never rebellious enough, and I'm like, that's why I'm a piece of shit. That's why I make game reviews on YouTube.
The only reason I would want to censor the internet in any way is not to like limit my kid's options so that he is like how I am. I just want, because I've made mistakes in my past, and so I don't want to inflict the pain that I felt onto my child, and so I want to be able to like warp zone 1, 2, skip that pain of life. But I think at the end, like, you can't avoid it. Like, no matter what you do, even if you hide for affinity or anything, your kid will still turn out to be a sexual degenerate no matter what you do. So why even try? Why even try and make him hate you? Why would you make him hate you if you don't?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I've got a question here. Which fandom has the best quality porn? And I asked this
Undertale.
because but like
That's not true.
PCP.
no, don't open that can of worms. No. Fucking, I've always been annoyed that the things that I was a fan of when I was a kid don't have any good porn because they're so old that all the artists didn't exist. And now if anything exists, if a game is released, there is 10 trillion terabytes of porn like in seconds by really good artists,
Dude.
and it makes me sad.
Oh, do you
it makes
guys
me
remember
it makes me annoyed
Crystals?
that they're just like I have like 5 images of Florina from Fire Emblem, and
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah.
And they're like pencil drawings scanned in, like terrible
Yeah.
drawings. But that's all I have.
Do you guys remember Queen Chrysalis and how there was like porn of her before the episode was over?
No, but I could believe it. I can believe
I
it.
always remember that. I'll always remember
Before
that.
the episode was over. That's dope. I do love that about like that's like what Twitter is great for. What was the question? I totally forgot. You know what?
What fandom has is this stupid question.
Oh, that's
I just wanted
right.
to say that thing related to
Okay,
it.
yeah. Let's just move on. I don't think anybody cares. Here's a question. From it. This is a pity question from the Twitter from @itsyaboy2. Asks, I'm a male on the prowl for some female action. While my personality is obviously a 10, I still look 14. What should I do? Meet women who also look young for their age, date an actual 14-year-old, JK, or stick to my 2D girls? Any other suggestions are appreciated.
Wait,
Lot of red
what
flags
were
here.
the 3 options
Okay, well,
presented?
most of those were jokes. He's like, should I date a girl
Yeah.
who also looks young? I don't know. That's not a solution. I don't know what he's
Why,
talking about.
why do you
really
have
bizarre.
what? I don't understand what the problem.
It's like
is.
it's like he's framing this like, guys, there's this societal impetus to date people who look your age. This is such a problem for me. But no, I would assume that he's saying that he's 14 because like 14-year-old guys are not particularly attractive. I would assume
you
that's
just
the
gotta
issue.
do what everyone else does, which is
Fake it till you make
cast
it.
your net
Yeah.
cast your net around for a girl who is into what you look like.
Exactly.
Indeed. That's really all there was to
And
say.
there you go. And
Guys,
that's,
okay,
that's
I want to
it.
give
Get
a
out
vote
there, dog.
out to all those freaks
Chat
out
'em
there,
up.
because no matter how disgusting or degenerate you are, I guarantee you there are a ton of women or gay guys, if you want to turn gay, who will be into you, no matter how gross or disgusting you are.
I know none of you are gay now, but if you're thinking about it, it's always an option.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
too real.
Yeah.
Because like I've only ever gotten attention from gay men,
Uh,
and it annoys
sure.
me quite a
Gross.
It'd
bit.
be so easy.
I get it.
though.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying to get for a beta male like me.
yeah.
Desperate for the affections of women. It's very irritating when a man likes you because it's like, well, this
It means
what
I'm
I
attractive,
wanted.
but like the wrong kind. I'm like, well, what am I gonna do now? Do I
Yeah.
have to shave my head off? Do I have to do that?
Oh, hey,
person.
here's a meme question. Not
Oh,
really, but
hold
it's
on.
at
Can
Imperial
I respond to that
Dynasty asks, "Are you guys ever going to make a cover of the PCP theme?" Oh well, we outsourced that project,
Too
now, didn't we,
late.
Dana? All right, just saying. What else we got? Here's a question.
What's
Yeah?
one bad purchase decision that still haunts you still? When I was like 11, I spent all of my $100 I got for my birthday. I spent it all on webkins, and I got 4 webkins, and I'll never forgive myself.
I remember you talking about that.
A terrible purchasing decision that haunts me is one that I made recently because my Oculus Rift was not working.
Oh,
And I assumed that it seemed like it was a port issue or a cord issue, so I got a replacement cord. But that didn't fix the issue either. So the problem is in the headset, or at least in the port on the headset. So I'm going to try and get the port fixed. And if that doesn't work, I'll just have to replace the headset, which is like $300, which I probably won't do.
how are you going to fix the port? How do you do that?
I don't know. I'll take it to a mechanic and be like,
okay,
guys,
car
the
mechanic.
port seems not to work. Replace it or do something about
Yeah,
it.
all right.
I'll give you money. I'll give you money
To
for this
quickly
service.
answer,
Oh, I
quickly
understand.
answer the question on my part. I once bought a microphone and it was expensive as hell, and it worked terribly. So wasted money there.
That sucks.
I bought a mouse. I bought a mouse from Amazon for
Oh,
like
you
$10.
smashed
and
it.
within a couple weeks, yes, with Leopold the mace, the flanged mace that I bought at the King Richard's Fair for $90.
Which
yes.
is a purchase you don't regret.
That was
because
all.
that's-
No,
That was
no.
almost as expensive as my $100 Vampire Hunter D leather hat.
Your leather
Yep.
hat, your wide brim
Yep,
leather
I don't
hat.
regret
I
that
can't
at
believe
all.
my mace cost less than that.
I know,
fucking
right?
hat.
I could have bought a sick katana, dude, but
Well, I don't know about
Okay,
that.
maybe not.
You could have bought probably a hammer of some kind.
Yeah.
So you could have got a blunt weapon like mine, which is what the cool kids wield.
agreed.
No, that thing's paid for itself many times over, in the form of revenge against Amazon.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Uh,
and
Samba
I
Man-
tweeted the video of me smashing it, which was
That was
awesome.
good. That was
really,
good.
it was
We should
great.
link that.
I loved it.
Sambaman64 asks, what's your go-to interesting fact about yourself? I'm
Gay.
gay.
Oh, guys. We
No,
got the
you
same
just
person.
complained
We're the
about
same
not
person.
liking attention from gay guys, and yet your first thing out of your mouth is "I'm gay."
I've got
Mage,
very
I'm a
high
self,
standard.
I'm a self-hating gay.
Aren't we
Yeah,
all? Aren't we
also
all?
that.
This
I
guy
hate
just
myself
comes
and all
outside
those,
and just
like-
screams to high heaven, I'm gay, and then when the gay guys come to him like a scarecrow, he bats them away. Like what's the deal? Come on.
Yeah, why the mixed messages, friend?
When you insist like you're gay like us, you're going to get gay people who want to be gay with you, if it's true or
Oh,
not.
that's the secret I now know.
Maybe we should stop pretending we're gay.
No, that
Yeah.
can't be it.
Yeah. Go to interesting fact about myself.
Yeah.
I mean, what I do for a living is fucking weird and
I
bizarre.
was pretty much thinking of that as well.
For most people, yeah.
I mean, I don't. It's when I have a little. I enjoy being at work, and there are several people who I'm relatively like kind of buddies with at work who like I distinctly have not told them anything. And one of them is actually a guy who I'd say I'm friends with him, and like we talk about One Piece every week when it comes out, but I have not told him that I do,
you do a podcast
that I do a
about it?
podcast, that I have a YouTube channel I talk about. I have just like it's fun for me to just not talk about it, and so I get to giggle to myself.
Okay, so yeah, I get it. At that party I was at last night, the topic of me and my comics and the Kickstarter and getting all that came up, and the lectures and YouTube, and it was so awkward, and embarrassing, and I was like. It's not that I'm embarrassed of it, but talking about it was really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I just wanted it to be over. I like... there was no, it doesn't even matter what people... Like, some people thought it was cool. Someone said, oh, they were jealous. Someone made a joke and thought it was funny. And it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the reaction is. I feel weird and uncomfortable talking about it.
I've like
no matter how positive the reaction.
I've like always felt that way. Like I don't know, like Michelle's talked to her coworkers about like my online stuff, and then I'll like go and like see her there, and then I'll see like a coworker, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, dude, you're the guy who makes like the YouTube videos." No, I just always like, "Oh, blush, how's Kashi, sensei?" That it has not reached a point of like. I'm not embarrassed. I am embarrassed. No. Why am I embarrassed? I don't know.
I don't know why either. Because in my heart, I like it about myself.
Me too.
And I think that it's cool, and I'm glad. And yet,
I think
having it come up at like a party, it's like, oh god, no.
I think we just got to rebrand it. We got to rebrand it as saying, "I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a tuber."
I'm a tuber.
Oh,
why tuber?
I go on. I'm on the tube.
That's far worse.
No, because it goes so far into like stupid that it is like something you can laugh about. Like, yeah, I'm a tuber.
I should circle around. Right. I should circle all the way around and go so far into being an internet weirdo that I have to start like wearing a tie everywhere that I go and like disguising myself as a normie.
Yes,
and just dressing like a wage slave and just like performing the character. Yeah.
Whenever someone comes up to me and they ask me what I always say, I'm a digital influencer.
Oh,
I don't interact with
that
outside
title,
enough.
while accurate, that title is deeply dystopian to me.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Digital influencer.
More, yeah, that's a little dystopian. Just the fact that the word content is something that people bandy about to just mean like anything that anyone makes is pretty dystopian.
I mean, I suppose that's true.
I think I might have seen a tweet about this, but it's like content. It's just like anything anyone make is just like material. It's just raw material to be fed through the grinder of your brain of the masses.
I absolutely hate the phrase content creator.
Yeah,
it's the most disgusting.
I think it's pretty convenient just because it is so vague.
It is convenient, but it's weird. It's like it reduces everything it reduces all creation. It reduces all art to like the same like base matter.
Yeah. What it does is that you don't. If you're a painter, you don't say you're a content creator. You say like your profession. Like everybody on the internet considers what they do content rather than the art that they make in whatever form it is. Yeah. They should just say I'm an artist. Don't say you're a digital artist. Don't say you're an internet artist. You're an artist. You do a thing. You just happen to be on the internet.
Hey, here's a quick news flash.
I agree with
Ben,
that.
did you by any chance just attempt to log into the TBAP account on Google or anything? I assume not.
Yeah. I did, actually.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay, because I was going to say, someone is attempting to hack our mainframe at this very second.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
That was
okay.
me.
Well, never mind that.
Well,
I mean,
I
I'm
think we're
out.
done.
I'm done. I've ceased.
I'm done. Are there any more good questions? I'm not looking at the. Well, I guess I'll open up the Discord.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm looking. I don't see much. What is this? This is from Daz Biggles. 1. Why?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Good.
Banned.
Banned. Seconds 2. You're in a dangerous woods, okay, wait. You're in a dangerous woods. Which escaped felon do you partner up with? A serial killer, a mass shooter, or a tax evader?
Tax evader.
Tax evader.
He's spry. He knows how to evade the jungle animals.
I'm gonna go with serial killer because I imagine he would be rugged.
That's what I imagine too. Mass shooters are like pussy incels, so you know.
And probably, I mean, serial killers. You know, they have a certain type that they kill, and odds are I'm not his type.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. They usually kill women, or you know.
Probably women, or something like. There's something about the people that they kill that is like, this is the kind of person that I like to kill. And what are the odds that I fit that?
Ben. Oh no, you've been partnered with the alternative lifestyle killer. Oh no. It's the keto killer. It's the keto killer. Oh my god.
I remember reading about him in the newspaper.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Well, if only I had thought that this might have happened.
I would go with the villain, King DDD.
Oh yeah, I would too. I like that guy.
He's got that hammer.
Escaped convict.
I think his jet-powered hammer would be very useful in this situation. I think that would really help escape this woods.
Tadpo asks sorry, was anyone else going to answer that one?
No, it's dead. It's over.
Tadpo asks a question that I just happen to have an answer for right now. When have you guys attempted blah 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 cheaper jerry-rig solutions? Well, okay. So I have a jerry-rig solution going on right now. So I had a coffee table, and then I had a coffee table and no desk, right? And then someone, oh god, who was it? It was okay, someone in my Discord, I won't say who it was, bought me a chair. They bought me a desk chair.
Nice.
It was it was Ash. Yeah. Anyway, he bought me a desk chair, and I appreciated that a lot. Thank you. But now I had this coffee table that was too low. So I literally just stacked books and just random objects and boxes under each of the 4 legs. And the 4th leg is resting on top of a jar of protein powder.
God, that makes me nervous. I'm already nervous. I'm shaking in my boots here.
Yeah, my desk is just kind of on top of stacks of things now, elevated up to more or less desk height. It shifts around. Well, the table is actually very stable, and I do not see it tipping over. The one potentially weak link is the jar of the protein powder moves around a little bit, and sometimes it kind of goes close to the edge where the leg of the table might go over there. But the lid just kind of happens to have this ridged lip around the edge.
Oh, thank God, we've done it.
So yeah. So like, it's not
foolproof.
I would basically have to deliberately. I would have to deliberately kick it out from under.
But Ben...
And also, the final thing is that the weight of the things on the table are mostly at the back. So if this one were to be kicked out, it would not even tip over, because the weight is at the back. I would have to kick it out from under it, and then apply weight to the front of the table to tip it over. Which is not... So I feel like it's pretty safe. Do I want a real desk? Yes. But do I think that this one is going to fall over and wreck all my shit? Probably not.
I don't know about you guys, but my fears are assuaged as hell right now.
It's probably going to be fine.
God, what a nightmare.
You'll have to wait and see if Ben dies, and if he doesn't die, then it worked out well. And if he does,
hear from him again.
Well, it wouldn't be me that died. It would be my Cinti.
You could die at any moment, Ben. Let's not pretend you couldn't.
I've got a jerry-rig solution.
I'm teetering. I'm teetering.
This is kind of... it's nothing amazing, but like for every Weagua I've filmed, what I've done is, and did I do this for Mia Maffa too? I can't remember. Like I do this thing where like you're not supposed to do this, but like the microphone arm that the fucking Rode one.
Yeah.
What I do is that's my mic I record everything with. I screw like the clamp to the arm of a swivel chair, and I move it out to like the center of the floor, and I kind of just like position it so it's not in the shot. And it kind of is just like floating like a couple feet below me, so it's out of the shot. But the thing is, that chair swivels extremely easily. So it just like for the lightest gust of wind, if a fucking butterfly beats its wings anywhere in the vicinity, the chair swivels at Mach speed violently out of orbit, and just results in a whole cavalcade of comedy, if you will.
Nate, do you know that office chairs can explode?
I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Office chairs can explode because there's pressurized air in there. So very, very rarely, office chairs can explode, and it has killed office workers before.
God, I hope that's me.
Please
let it be me next time. I'll do anything.
It'd be a shame if that were to happen to you, says the creeper.
Yeah, he says, exposing his bare neck to the compressed air chamber. Please let me continue to live.
Wait, where is there compressed air in an office
It's got to be
chair?
like the swivel thing, I guess. I mean, I don't know. This sounds kind of made up. TBH.
No.
Sounds like bullshit.
No.
All right,
No, they put
leave now?
nitrogen. They put nitroglycerin in there. If you shake it too much, kaboom.
That's God. I
want some fan art of Nate dying via explosion caused by office chair related.
Yeah,
I like to imagine that you just sit down on it too hard, and then it rocket propels you like through your butt, through like up your spine, out your head. You're like, dead.
That reminds me
everywhere.
of a similar sort of thing. There is a real thing that like sometimes office chairs will like break, and they have like the center column that like swivels. Like people have like broken the chair, sat down fast, like impaled their own asshole like on like the center thing of their chair.
A lot.
Yeah, it's truly the worst case scenario. Let me die instead. Just kill me. I don't
Just
want to
let
deal
the
with all that.
explosion happen, Jesus.
Speaking of letting me die, let this episode die.
It's
We're
time,
done.
everybody. Hey, congratulations again to Sasuke Zero Pro or whatever. Let me know if you want to be called something else or whatever. Everybody, he's a big boy.
Yes,
he did it.
I don't want to be mean. I do like it. I'm sorry for being critical.
That's fine.
I want to say thank you for everyone who entered, though. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Absolutely.
For us.
It absolutely was. It was a joy, and we got to do more stuff like this. We have to. The next PCP contest coming at you soon. We'll come up with something.
We should do the race. We should do a PCP race.
I mean, we should do a race, but it's not.
Well,
really
I guess that's not the same
thing.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could challenge the viewers to do
we could
a
have
race.
a community race.
Yeah.
And then we could laugh at them.
Ooh, like everyone has to like upload their own best time.
Yeah, people did when they were. Remember when people were speedrunning Sheepover's game? That was cool.
Oh, dude, right. The biggest annoyance with the PCP race is getting people organized to do it. If the fans do it, then it's much easier.
That's true.
And we just commentate like, haha, that guy sucks.
Yeah, that's not as fun of like remember my breakdown in the Pokemon race? I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, well,
wonderful.
we'll come up with something, everybody. We'll get back to you. Right. Thanks for listening. Patreon.com/theprocrastinators. $5 tier, get the bonus episodes. Monsters 2, it's the greatest single form of media ever produced by man. Listen to it. $1 at least, and you're in the chat. You get the questions, you get all the fun stuff, and you're hanging out with the cool lads. So go do all those things. There's some links. Oh, buy the Gumroad stuff if you want the backers content stuff. That should be linked below for the.
Oh man, we're at almost 300 patrons.
Yeah, we are. We're right about there.
We are at 297. We are about to break that 300.
The Patreon, the PCB
mark.
Patreon has been an incredible success over the years. It's doing absolutely magnificently, truly succulent.
It has.
If only they knew about the Syrian refugees that we were funding to do acts of terrorism with all the 100% proceeds of the PC on Patreon. Maybe they wouldn't be so able to give it to us.
Just imagine how it would surge if we revealed that fact. Yeah. How much support would flood in if they knew our
well, I guess they'll never know.
They'll never know. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Rest in peace, everyone. Go rest your ears and eyes and brain. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you next week with another one.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be working right now. I'm supposed to be working right now. But I'm not working. I'm doing nothing. My dick I'm jerking. Myself I'm sucking. I am an asshole. I am a stupid. I've got a deadline. Don't wanna do it.
What the hell is wrong with me?
I'm supposed to be making money. I'm supposed to be creating funny things that the people gladly will pay for. Artistic genius, that's what they came for. Instead I'm tweeting, hashtag repeating. That's why there's no heat and holes in the ceiling. Yeah, it's quite the burden. It's a hard knock life, being a genius.